time of the day, all creatures of wireless challenge ratings, and welcome to Kingdom of Aldana, where if you try to play an April Fool's joke on me today, I give you a solemn promise to destroy everything that your next 5 characters love and hold dear. Now, with that out of the way...
Don't annoy Dan today.
No, note to self, do it. I want to see how far you actually go with this. That's a lot of work.
Oh my god, Dan!
No.
The guy that's drilling!
That out of the
He's
way...
not really drilling, he's just
annoy
getting
Dan.
on your nerves.
Self, do it. I want to see how far you actually go. Somebody be hired. That's a lot of work.
Oh my god, Dan! The guy that's drilling!
Oh, good. Alright. So, with that out of the way, and me fixing some settings as well, yes, one important announcement to whoever for some reason will watch this video. My neighbor somewhere around or there decided to drill something today, so once in a while there will be awful noises and we might have a little breaks today. Yay! First April Fools, guys. Anyhow, let's get into the game. So, previously on the Kingdom of Aldana, you guys and ladies have faced the consequences of the fight for Ironforge, telling of the casualties, taking care of the bodies, finding your friends, some of whom have survived, some of whom have not, and trying to help survive those that were wounded. There were a lot of troubles you had to take care of, saying goodbyes, taking care of rioting civilians, taking care of food, supplies, various problems, deciding what to do next, arguing with the mayor of town on what you should do next with the town, what he should do with it. And as usual, no proper decision were made. But as well as it seems that everything is getting a little bit better, and a day has passed since the fight. And yeah, that's it for the introduction pretty much.
Actually, I would like to correct you. I don't think we were arguing with him. I think we were speaking to a wall. That's what I wanted.
Possibly.
More or less, yeah.
Possibly.
Accurate.
I wanted to ask, did Trego and Claude already leave or not yet?
It is morning of the next day.
So they have left? Or
Left
they're leaving
where?
now? I don't know. I'm asking.
No,
I've
not
been
yet.
working on the blacksmith, making
Okay, and the normal people also haven't left yet, the ones that want to leave, right?
The ones that wanted to leave have left like late afternoon previous day. Basically, as soon as they got some food, they decided to get as much of the daylight to go as far away from Ironforge to the west as possible. So yeah, they're gone.
But there's still people in the city.
There are.
Yeah. But...
I think you said that we had like 50, 60
Yeah,
people
50
left?
people.
48 people.
Okay, 48 people.
48
We
people.
can't have retroactively given those people some money that left to support them on their way and maybe their start in Kreuzung.
I'm not giving them money.
I'm not asking you, Trego, spend the money.
Well, usually I'm all for you guys giving away valuable resources, but no.
Damn
Good.
it.
Good.
It would have been his valuable resources.
No, I don't have any money anymore. I would
No.
have Trego.
Beautiful.
So, in a nutshell, Trigo's babysitting the mayor when he has a hissy fit, and we're babysitting the town.
Kinda, yes. Accurate.
That's what's happening.
Also, quite importantly, Milora, you have finally rested enough to get rid of your exhaustion. So now you're again operating at full capacity.
Yay!
we got our goddess back.
Excellent.
Is that really who Trigo worships?
Spoiler, guys.
Melora, he just called you a tree.
I don't know how to feel about this.
I don't know. I think we had talked about using good berries and create food and water to feed these 48 people.
But that can't happen until tomorrow.
It's already
Well,
tomorrow.
No,
Yeah.
but it is the next day already.
Oh, it
So
is
we
the next day. Oh, okay.
Yes.
I'll change.
Yeah, we did a long rest.
We fed them yesterday, and then we've taken a long rest, and now
Okay. I will change
Trigo
my
Trigo
spells.
is leaving, and you can change
The
your...
only thing I need to remind to you that any food you create, for example, morning of today, will disappear by morning of next day.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't
Yeah,
like create
they
a lot
eat
of
it
food
now
and leave
or-
it. Yeah,
So no
Yeah,
extra.
Eat it now or don't eat.
basically.
We're feasting, basically.
Okay, spells changed.
All set.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we're just sort of Wait, the other thing was all the corpses. I think we had decided to stay somewhere else where there weren't many corpses or
Mhm.
any.
We
I
basically have a
remember.
quarantine zone, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Quarantine?
Quarantine.
Quarantine, yes.
No.
So what
Yeah.
else is there to do for us during the day?
But we're waiting on the
So
army
can-
to come. pretty
Can
much.
create food and drink, create alcohol.
Let's
No.
see.
No, it cannot.
Everyone's
Are
looking.
you serious?
To create alcohol, you need a special high-level spell. It's called Wish. I wish I had a can of beer in my hand.
Well,
Wish.
technically, it's create food and water, so
Yeah.
And even the food you create is basically like ration food, like dried up
like
biscuits.
llamas bread.
Yeah, I guess.
But if you follow the
God
way
damn
of
it.
Jesus, you may turn water into wine. So
Yeah, I'm a Catholic, you know. We do that.
Oh god. Never mind. We
Wait.
don't have
Wait,
any
Raven-
alcohol.
Raven Queen followers are Catholics? What?
Sure, why not?
Well, this is gonna be a really fun day as trying to create food and water. Suddenly, Son finds himself losing all of his clerical power, for he has abandoned the Raven Queen. in
accepting
his
Jesus as his one and
hubris.
only.
Right. So,
Yeah.
let's assume that you guys spend some spell slots to create enough food and water for 50 people. And for yourselves, you should create stuff because unless you have rations, there's not much food around.
Mm-hmm.
So do
gave
that.
my rations away.
I don't really keep track, but I guess they're all gone by now. So
I think we gave everything away also to the people who were leaving yesterday. The
Yeah, for the
rations.
first day we use rations, and then the
Yep.
second day we use spells.
Uh,
So I don't
rations
know
and
how-
whatever we found. Yeah.
Don't know how Trago's gonna survive for the journey.
I'm sure Glod has something, right? We can just wait. They're walking, right? Oh no, they have Yintarni. Can you eat Yintarni? Sorry.
That might slow things down a bit.
no, I think if I try and slice him up, he just poops into the air.
Yes, if you slay entirely, he pulls into the air and will not come back.
And thanks for the image in my head. Oh god.
Alright.
So we can give you a day's food basically, but after that you're screwed.
I'm sure Yintarni
Well, I don't
can
think we
find
still.
some berries.
I don't think we still left the city, have we?
No, not yet.
But
Oh,
you,
okay.
when you do though,
Oh, you're not coming?
no, we're all staying.
You're the babysitter. We're looking after we're babysitting the city with the 60 people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does anyone want to volunteer to go with Trago for company?
So wait, you're just.
Alice is very torn
Silence.
between. You have to weigh the positive and the negatives. And the negatives is Glod, and the positives is he might get to meet an army general. But I think Glod outweighs that. So. No.
Well, it's only Pip and Arliss that can go with Trago.
Yeah, because
Oh,
we're
right.
light enough. And plus,
because
you guys have to
we're being
do the
useful.
food and water. Yeah, you're being useful. That's exactly right.
So,
You meant as a slight. That's exactly right.
since I know how well planning usually goes in this kind of games, I'm just gonna use my DM privilege to pretend that, knowing that you're awake, Glod suddenly decides to join you. Well, not suddenly, I
Hi,
assume
Glod.
you're all sleeping in a relatively isolated area. Like a couple
Trigger.
buildings next to each other. Yeah, like maybe Trevor is actually with Glod, and they both like wake up and you join together for planning. And hearing this, Glod goes. So I mean, you can plan, guys. It's kind of nice, but I thought the plan was for all of us, and all of us, I mean, like us and the civilians, to start going together, because, you know, food is that way.
We repeatedly had this conversation yesterday, and we said we're staying, and you wanted to leave.
No, I mean, if you want to stay,
Um,
you're welcome to stay, but why?
Because there's people
he's
here.
No, but he's suggesting that we also take all of the remaining civilians with us.
Exactly.
Yes, that will make for a very fast traveling pace.
Well,
But
where
yeah,
are
we
we,
want to
why are
abandon
we hurrying?
Ironforge.
What's the hurry? You guys can make food. You can protect all of us, all of them, and the faster we move to the west, we can find a place for them to stay. We can meet the army. Army will help supplies. And if there's no army, what are we waiting for? You are assuming that if you wait here in Ironforge, army is gonna come. It may not come.
Or wasn't
Yeah,
the plan that you're going to see if the army's coming?
Sure, me
Yeah,
and
and then you're coming back and telling us.
yeah, nice.
You
If you
said
want to
you're
sit
taking the
around for
army.
8 days, yes, me and the paladin can make double trip back and there. Yeah, no problem. 8 days, best
Yeah,
case
I
scenario.
thought that was the plan. Yeah.
Well,
So,
I
good
don't
job.
want to imply that you have no bloody idea how to govern a body of people, but how about you ask those remaining civilians what they prefer?
Well, I'm pretty sure we asked them yesterday, and they said they wanted to stay here.
I'm pretty sure it was along the lines of they're not strong enough to live on their own.
What they wouldn't believe on their own, though, they'd be going with you.
Yeah, I will be so much help with my one leg and no magic.
Which is why we're sending the paladin.
Oh shucks, you overestimate me.
Oh god.
Oh god. I think that was actually an in-character reaction from our.
That's in character. No, that's in
It was
character. I
all
wasn't joking.
It was "Oh Timora" instead of "Oh God," but it was.
Oh, goddess.
Oh, tree.
No tree.
Glot, this is exactly why I told that you should stay behind with your leg, and you can, because you know how to govern people, but we
Alright.
had this discussion already yesterday, we don't need to repeat it, I am aware. So, if you want us to come with you, with all of these sick, injured, and whatever,
Can somebody shut him up for a moment? Thank you. So, you are making assumptions. Assumption 1 you're making, army's gonna come. Assumption 2 you're making, army's gonna come, even if I stay here. The fact of the thing is, if whoever was sent previously was unable to persuade the army to come, they're gonna be sitting in the Fort Austria until all hell breaks loose. And I'm afraid the all hell has already broken and they're not here yet. And if you believe that one of you can go there alone while I stay here and persuade the bloody army to come, be my guests. I would love to stay. Actually, I wouldn't, but
Yeah.
for the sake of the argument, I would
Do your
like.
thing.
Huh?
With an army.
Go what?
Persuade an army. That's what you do, right?
I've got this. No need to worry.
Oh, for the record. 1. If you try to use your magic to persuade the army, you will be caught and court-martialed. Because they have good guys on their side. It's like, real good. That's kind of why we want them to be
I think
here.
I would use magic.
No. Just saying.
I
2.
mean, that's kind of hurtful, Glad. Do you think
Dude.
I'm only appealing because I use magic?
My lady, you are very appealing every time of the day, every day. But they are an army. They don't really go for appealing. Plus, they're mostly humans, so that's a problem. 2.
Clearly, you haven't been in an army.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Bad joke, I guess. Okay, never mind.
Listen, I think we can try and talk with the wall for a few more hours if we want to, or we can just do what the wall wants.
Can I ask? Okay, if you want Glot to stay here with the people, but if the people are coming with us, then what is there to stay?
Where are the people?
aren't
How far
coming
away are
to
the
us.
You are confusing the plans, Trigo.
How far away are the people?
Yes.
Yes.
The people are close enough, but you will need to pretty much like go outside and shout for people together.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm asking. Are they out doing things, or are they all just kind of huddled together?
They are doing some things, like mostly trying to eat your food.
They're right here.
So no, like everybody like took some food and went back to like whatever homes they're occupying right now. But basically, if you like wait 20 minutes for everybody to eat and like call for another general meeting, they will be gathering pretty fast.
Let me check if I still have some.
And it's only around, what, 60, 50 people?
48.
48.
48, sorry. So yeah. So if we take them with us, why stay? Besides, isn't it better to move these people to a better and safer place? A more established and not food deprived
sure.
place?
I'm not sure if the road
Anyhow,
is safer than
As
the
soon
city
as the
bus.
army comes, the first things they're gonna do is start relocating people. Because the villages have not been destroyed. They have supplies, but they would not have enough supplies for a significant amount of people to stay here for a prolonged amount of time.
Listen, guys, we've already had this conversation like 3 times now. Let's just go along with whatever Glad is suggesting, so we don't have to have it anymore. Anyone in agreement?
I'm good with that.
Sure.
I'm happy you see eye to eye.
That's not.
There you
Sure.
go. Be careful with your words. Very, very careful. Sure, Glad, you can go ahead and do your thing. Tell these people we're leaving.
Lead the way, Mayor.
Why, thank you. I'm so glad that when I trust you to do your magic and witching thing, you finally decide to trust me with governing. Thank you so very much.
Mm-hmm.
This is...
You're pleased.
I am
Yeah.
so freaking pleased.
Great.
I would start dancing if I had 2 legs, you know?
Okay, everybody's really happy about our current situation. Can we just get on with it as I choke on my own spit?
Sure.
Alright, let's eat. It will make everybody feel better. And then let's get everybody together and see what happens.
I'm not sure eating helps against my headache.
Well, why don't you go around and find the cart or something? Some
Oh my
people
god.
need
I lean
help.
over to Trago. I lean over to Melora. One of them has to have the last word always, don't they?
It's a male thing,
Is it?
Hey,
more than
no, I
likely.
don't hear that.
And now everyone has stopped talking.
So yeah, everybody finally starts eating. You consume your food, regain energy for some time. And yeah, whichever one of you wants to go outside and gather people, you do that. You gather.
It's the
Whoever's
mayor's
left.
job. He can do it.
Yeah. I'm not doing shit.
Jesus Christ.
Fine. Fine.
I swear, you're like kids that need to go to your parents' friend's wedding or whatever, and you just don't want to go.
Okay. So, it's not the worst comparison I've ever heard. So.
Oh my god.
I'm just doing
So
my
what we're
breath
getting from
exercises.
Arles and Glad are going to be best friends forever. BFFs.
I'm gonna try and gather
BNS,
around the
yes.
people. Also, ask if anyone has carts or finds a cart or anything that resembles a cart. That may help. Also, we're moving them. We're moving towards Fort. Asturi,
Austrian.
Austri, Fort Austri, for a better chance in life.
Is that what you say?
Well, I say for a better, for better conditions. Not much to stay here for.
Mm-hmm.
The good news are, previous day when you were scourging the orc camp for whatever food they had, you have seen that the orcs had like war wagons loaded with supplies, but you're not sure how many of them are left because whoever was leaving already took those wagons. But it was a big army, so they should have some left, right? On the other hand, additionally, most of the civilians are, as long as you promise to go with them and like help with the carts and with the food, they're more than happy to leave.
Yep, I'm gonna help with all the heavy lifting stuff.
Yeah, like some people like start shouting like, I know like that village over there, like I have like a third someone cousin living over there, they might take some people in. And people like start talking like murmuring to each other basically that yeah we need to like start spreading. There will be places that can temporarily take us in, regroup, maybe meet our friends and families that have left previously, maybe survivors. Like after all, what's to do here in this place that is not even their home after all? Which, surprisingly enough, kind of lifts the spirits somewhat. And the younger, stronger of remaining women and like some of the older children kind of like offer to go with you and start like bringing in the carts and like helping the wounded folks to get onto them. So unless you have any extra preparations you would like to make, let's say by 11 in the morning you will have a average sized caravan of carts loaded with like whatever blankets and supplies that people have gathered and people outside of Iron Forge.
Is there like a spare gnome blanket somewhere that I can just keep? Because I am out of blankets.
There's a gnome bar.
There is a gnome bar.
Roll me an investigation check.
Oh.
Is there
Alright.
still a gnome bar?
What?
Is there still one?
Still standing, they couldn't get in.
I hope not.
They couldn't get in.
Surprisingly enough, if you go there, you will find that the door is torn off, but the insides are okay because, yeah, they didn't bother to go in.
Yeah. I'll also look for booze while I'm in there.
I was about to ask.
Oh,
No,
Alright.
seriously, the books though, she would make sure the books are locked up before leaving, because there's no way we're carrying the entire library out of here.
yeah. Well, Helby was taking care already of that. Basically, she just locked up the basement and the books were already down below and she has this key on her neck,
Yeah.
under her shirt and another shirt.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure we
investigation.
also bring Flash with us.
Oh yeah. We need to bury what's her face before we go because we promised him we would. And then bring
Braylon.
Flash.
And
Braylon. I wanted to say brightly, and I knew that was wrong.
Alright.
Investigation.
So, by the time the caravan is ready, it's basically took you these 2 hours to find a clean, not torn, goblin-sized blanket. Not goblin, sorry, gnome-sized blanket. Well, to be fair, the goblin-sized blanket is the same as the gnome-sized blanket.
It's pretty similar,
It's
yeah.
more
to be
about
honest.
the condition it's in. As for booze, most of the colorful bottles in the gnome bar were shattered and on the floor. You did manage to find a box that you opened, and inside of it there's like a lot of straw and the bottle inside. The bottle is made of clear glass, and the liquid inside is pinkish brown, semi-transparent liquid, and coiled inside of the bottle is some sort of a long-bodied creature with a scorpion-like tail.
Cool.
Yeah, and the label on the bottle in Gnomish says Caustic Finale.
Caustic what?
Caustic Finale.
Fuck you, Dan.
Is that a... That's vodka, isn't that? Ah, Finale, okay. Finlandia, I think, is a type of vodka.
Maybe.
It's a Dota reference is what that is.
So yeah, you find the bottle. What you wish to do with it is up to you.
Quick
But
question.
yes,
Is
I'm
the
keeping it.
bottle gnome-sized or people-sized?
gnome-sized. So it's
it's
basically like
A tear
400 millimeters, maybe.
I can take a shot or two.
Yeah.
That's alright, it's tequila, that's all you need.
Alright. So yeah, the caravan is ready. You guys are ready.
Let's bury Braylon. Bring Flash with us.
Yep.
How are you doing that?
And yeah, after all that preparation, we're gonna leave.
How do
How are
we do that?
Yeah, the funeral for, I assume. It's a little harsh to gloss over.
We do this. I guess Salan will have to take the lead in the funeral, being the cleric of the Raven Queen.
Probably.
You sound like you're regretting your decision to play cleric.
No, I don't know this woman, so it's gonna be a bit of a shit sendo, eh?
Well, you can lead it. You don't have to. You think every pastor knows everyone that they say rites over?
Well, I did in my old time. So. Okay. Alright, is everyone here? Yep. Okay.
Et tu Spiritu Santus.
Yeah.
Requiescat in pace.
Oh my god. Okay, serious face. It's a funeral.
Okay, today we bury Town Guard Braylon. She gave up her life to save the people from this town. I didn't know her very well, but I'm sure the Raven Queen will send her on to whatever place he deserves.
She.
If anyone else has any words they would like to say.
Ars doesn't have any words, but he just walks up and places a face-up coin on her forehead or her upper body or somewhere there. Goodbye, money.
If that's it, then I guess I'll just apply the last rites and
Yeah, Flash. Throughout the whole ritual, Flash was up close to Brandling, like his head on her chest, just whining softly, ears pressed against his head.
Melora,
Mhm.
can you talk to animals?
He understands even without.
I know, but we can't understand him.
He doesn't talk back.
Yeah, from the previous attempt
I-
by Traeger to use the spell, you figured out that Flash is not an animal.
Oh, right.
He is not a normal animal, let's put it that
Yeah.
way.
I forgot that.
Yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't because I haven't learned it.
What
I
kind
tried
of
to cast
druid are
animals,
you?
It didn't work.
For the record, I think druids should have that spell by default. Just saying.
I agree.
They don't?
They don't.
No.
It's
So-
on our spell list.
For
But we
some
gotta compare
reason,
it.
the
Oh.
revised rangers have a better ability to talk with animals than druids do. Though, to be fair, druids are not like always have an animal companion in 5th edition, so
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, in 5th edition, they're not a 3rd edition druid.
yeah.
So we can't understand what the dog says, or the dog can't understand what we say.
No, he
understands
understands us, but he doesn't talk back. He just nods or does whatever.
Oh, he literally doesn't talk back.
Yeah.
He's not.
He
Try
does
to
not
talk with
have
animals. He just doesn't talk.
Because
He
I have
can't.
spell.
He can't.
Okay. Okay, well that won't
Being a
work.
dog, he does not have the necessary vocal cords or the teeth.
Well, I thought he was a magical dog.
He is a magical dog. He's not that kind of magical dog.
Okay. Glad we cleared
He's
that.
not a talking dog per se.
Yeah. Woof woof, haven't seen a talking dog before? What? Whine whine. Bark bark.
hmm
Right, so back to the ritual. Anybody wants to do anything else before?
Gonna just kind of move over to Flash and pat his head. Is there a decent like headstone or gravestone or whatever that we put on this thing?
I do not even know what you have in plans, so
You need to leave some kind of marker.
Yeah, it's.
I'm sure Iron
Okay.
Ironforge has like a cemetery, right? It's big enough for that.
There's enough rocks, right, to make a
somebody
what you call it?
make actually Trager, you know Dwarvish, make a general intelligence check. Because I don't think you have history.
No.
You have no bloody
It's a good thing I know
idea.
Dwarvish.
You have no idea how to properly bury dwarves in Ironforge. If only you
Good
could
thing
ask
we got
somebody.
blood here.
Yeah, good thing that, yeah. Claude, yeah, while you're like confused there, Claude also walks up to Brandon, like kneels a bit, holds her hands, stays like that for a while. With trouble, gets back up again, using crutch to push himself up. Readjusts a couple strands of hair on Brandon's face, and says, "Alright, well, this is not the usual way, but without the priest, we can't. There's time issues, we can't do it properly. But let's bring her to the pyre. It's the best we can do."
Pyre?
Yes.
I bring him to the pyre.
Alright.
Internally, Trigo thinks I was pretty sure dwarves bury, but okay.
Yeah, you're not sure if you're confusing what the hill dwarves do and what the mountain dwarves do.
Yeah, intelligence of 4.
Intelligence of 4, yeah. But yeah, you using like remains of broken furniture and stuff like that, you have created some sort of a fire big enough to burn a body, and you place Brandlin on top of her, on top of it, and light up the wood as the flames start dancing around dried wood and licking. And the body of the Brandlin Flash just sits back on his haunches and gives a long, loud howl into the air. Alright, well, I wish we could do the same for the others, but the faster we get the army here, the faster we can do this, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. It's time.
Let's go. And such with remaining civilians and some carts that are being dragged, you leave Ironforge and start you travel on the road towards the west.
Flash is with us, right?
Who?
The dog.
Flash.
Yes, Flash did go with you.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Currently he's basically staying next to Glod. And like whenever, like, Glod, being his stubborn self, refuses to get onto the cart and continues walking using the crutch. To be fair, the carts...
Are we serious here?
He's not slowing the party down because, I'm sorry, but the heavy carts are being dragged by survivors. Because you have no animals of burden, so the whole procession is moving at...
Johnny.
You can put Hintarne into the cart, it will be very uncomfortable for him, but he
No,
can
not
do
into
that.
the cart. Hintarne can
In
take
the cart.
and also takes. No, not in. He can carry a cart. No?
Yes, but I think Dan still said and meant that it was uncomfortable for him.
Well, you can attach Hintarne to the cart, but Hintarne not being a burden animal, it will not be comfortable for him. And anyway, there's more than one cart, so the whole procession is moving at half movement space, walking pace anyway, so Claude is not really holding anyone back. But like, if one of you chooses to watch, you will see that like whenever he starts stumbling, Flash kind of like props him up and helps him remain his vertical position.
Jan, we can hear you breathing.
Sorry.
The question is, are you currently moving in the direction of Fort Austria, or?
Yes.
Alright,
That was the plan.
that was the plan.
That's why you ask us, Claude is deciding.
Maybe you have decided to go your own way. I don't know.
No.
You know my motto: let your players make a decision and then railroad them anyway.
Exactly.
Give them the illusion that they are making decisions.
Yes. Who's leading the charge? And who's in the back?
I'm gonna help people that struggle with their cards, so I'm gonna like kind of run back and forth to the back and end of the line.
Knowing you, I
in
have
trouble.
a feeling you might want to push one of the cards yourself. No?
Yeah, a carry, or well, you know, people that have a hard time, I kind of help them up. Like I just go to the back and try and bring them forward.
You would be more useful if you just pull one of the heavy carts.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, so I'll be
Put
doing
that 20 strengths to use, man. Alright. Who's going in the back?
I think I might be.
Alright.
Because I'm just chilling, basically. I'm not helping anyone.
I guess I'll take the front.
I'd suggest that Melora kind of keeps an eye out, maybe scouts ahead.
Mhm.
And then I'll just stay on one of the flanks and just keep an eye out on the left flank, maybe.
Sure.
So basically, Melora in the front, Pip and Solana on the sides. We got Arliss in the back, and Trego's helping with carts.
You know?
Works.
I'm good.
So, first day of your travel, you pass by the most empty countryside, following the old road, direction to the west. By the since you left at 11 in the morning, I'm gonna say about 4 or 5 in the evening, you will reach the first village on your journey, and some of the civilians happy to finally reach a relatively safe place, try to go off and find a place in this village, but they find out that some of the people that have left previously have already reached this village, and sadly the village people say that they have already took in as much people as they could, and their rations are getting stretched, so sorry, but we can't really accommodate you. Which significantly lowers the mood as you continue traveling further. By the end of the day, you visit 3 more villages of various sizes that also most apologize and say that sorry, we already took as many people in as we can, but at the very least they do offer you some fresh supplies, some vegetables, some salted meat, which does not really help with the whole food situation since you already use the spells, but just it being fresh and more tasty than your food somewhat helps to spend the time as you prepare for camping on the outskirts of one of the village, putting your cards into a circle and erecting some sort of temporary tents as the civilian women borrow a pot from the village and use whatever food they offered along with whatever you create to make some sort of relatively well-tasting stew for everybody to eat together. As you sit around the fires, the people that the traveling with start sharing stories of the places they lived in, talking about their families. They're visibly sad thinking about this, but they're trying to keep each other going. They try to cheer everybody and remember on the bright things, the festivals, the celebrations, birthdays, the traditions they had as you lay down for the night's rest in preparation for yet further journey away from the homes of these people. Okay, so anybody doing the night watch or just sleep?
Yeah, I'll take a watch.
I'll
You
take-
all know my response. Sorry.
I'll take
I'll
the
take
third
the-
watch.
Okay, I'll take whatever one's the darker watch.
That's the third one, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
most likely.
Okay,
okay.
well,
I'll take the second one if you want to take the third.
okay.
And I'll wake up Arliss as well
I
on my second watch.
didn't expect you to do anything else. Miloro, do you intend to wake Aris as well, or are you about
No, I'm
this?
gonna be nice.
Let's decide down.
Salan, I need you to make a perception check with disadvantage because you don't have that gear.
Yes, I don't.
Because you're a genie.
2 seconds. I think a genie would have dark vision.
Oh, I think I just found a new character concept.
Nice.
If I ever create a gymnasium...
Shantae the half genie. Alright, so Just a moment. Alice, a question. Where do you keep your stuff?
Close.
Right.
He's in general, he's not a very worried person, so he wouldn't be that careful with it.
Right. So, Salon, as you go to wake up Arles and like shake him awake, you notice as a small cloud of gnats rise from the blanket that Arles is using and disperse in the air, and then you wake up Arles and you do whatever angry exchange you do during such moments, and the night continues on.
What was it that rose from the blanket?
A small cloud of gnats, tiny flies. Just kidding.
The kind of flies that come out of his staff?
Yeah, those.
Okay.
Like a small one.
Basically fruit flies, I think.
Yeah,
Close enough.
basically those.
Ah, okay.
I'm gonna also make me a perception check. Nice. You take a watch, walking around, sipping people, paying attention so that the fires don't go away, that everybody has their blanket on, and people are huddling together. The night is quite beautiful with the stars shining. This is a countryside, something you're very used to. The air is fresh, and there are not many clouds on the sky, so you can see the beautiful starry night of this world as you just remember whatever lessons you had from your teacher and trace the famous constellations, making sure you're moving in the proper direction, just trying to embrace the beauty and the majesty of this world as a distraction from what you have to deal with on daily-to-day basis. Aside from an occasional waking up child it has had nightmares, and when you spend some time calming them, brings them back to sleep, the watch passes without any disturbance as you as well return to your slumber, preparing for the next leg of the journey. This morning, and this time you wake with the first lights of the day. I assume once again you spend whatever spell slots you need to prepare food for everybody to eat. And gather your belongings back into the carts, say goodbye to the village you were sleeping next to, and continue forward towards the west. Let's see, it's 1 day worth of travel. Actually, let's see. Just a moment. I need to solve a simple mathematical equation.
Mathematic.
Yeah.
Down from the road where it began, not far away, the road is gone. Lost place to follow, if I can.
Right. Yep. You continue your travel through the second day, moving further and further west, meeting more villages. Luckily enough, this time, some of them, during the second half of the day, have heard rumors about all that have happened, but have enough space to take in some of the weaker people, some of the wounded, as your caravan slightly dwindles in size, and now you have about 35 people traveling with you, ready to go on even further. You sleep once more in the open, spending another night, and wake up on the next day, resuming your ritual of preparing the food, creating the food, spreading it, sharing it, eating together with these people. And it is the morning of this day that something interesting happens. Right. So, once again, you gather your belongings and resume your travel to the west as you see a column of dust rising on the horizon to the west.
There's a column of that?
A column of that. Oh no.
Well, it does look like we should have just hatched our bet on the army coming. I'm not gonna say I told you so, but
Don't jump to conclusions before we decide. Before we
what
know
other
what it is.
explanations do you have?
The rest of the army did attack Iron Forge, maybe.
It's a column, not a.
That would be very curious.
Mm-hmm. Stranger things.
I'm moving behind a little bit further back behind everybody, away from the smoke
Right.
or dust or whatever it is.
How far away is it from the caravan?
I'm gonna say about 5 miles down away from you, so 2-3 hours of normal pace away from you.
Either way, I think it would be good to give this whole thing a quick scout, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just in case.
Yeah, I can go with Intelli and check it out.
Sure.
And avoid it if it's dangerous or not.
Mind taking me along?
No. Hop on.
Sure.
Be careful.
Hey, Pip,
Yeah.
mind sending Sarah with us so we have a means of communication? Just a suggestion.
Okay, but she's invisible. She
Okay.
can go, but she'll be invisible. If anybody else wants to be invisible, let me know. I can do 2 other people. Or things.
I think it's better to not be invisible for this case.
So, as me, Arliss, and Ysera riding Intani towards that thing to check it out.
Alright. You as well? You, Sarah, and...
Me, Arliss, and
Oh,
Ysera.
and others. Okay.
And Ysera's invisible, and I'm
Awesome.
used a spell slot.
But some fire powers.
So, you start riding towards this cloud, and you ride for about an hour as and you see it gets closer, and you feel it's moving at a normal walking pace. And about this time, after an hour of your riding, you figure out you're maybe like 2 miles away from each other, and it do seems to be like a large company of someone traveling together. Make me perception checks. How much you can say?
I'm great at those. Yes.
Yes.
Ah,
Arliss, there are a lot of them, and they make a
Yes.
lot of dust. Dragon, you also make me. What would I do with this? What would I do with this? Make me an intelligence check with advantage. Oh, nice. Alright. You by the movement of the cloud and the figures, you see that they're moving in formation. So you figure out this is, well, this is definitely not Orcish army. And then you notice the banners, and it's not the army of your place, but you have received education, military education, so you are supposed to know those things, and you recognize those as banners of the Runshield Legion, the legion that protects the border between the Gold Kingdom and the Kingdom of Aldana.
And where are we exactly on the map now that we are seeing them?
You
Here-ish?
would be about here-ish, yeah. Actually,
Here. So we're
yes.
like 20 miles away from the border?
Sorta, yeah.
And do I know that they come from Fort Austria?
That is indeed the legion that usually occupies Fort Austria. Judging by the size of the cloud, you see like three various banners of three detachments. In Aldana, they are called Centurias. So you figure out there are maybe like around 300 soldiers plus whoever auxiliary forces moving with them. You'd see at least one detachment of cavalry. You're not sure what the other troops are, because you recognize the general layout of the banners, but you don't recognize the individual banners.
Robot.
Ready.
Yeah.
Robot.
We
Yes.
didn't hear anything.
Okay, not robot anymore. I said that. No, wait. Where did you stop hearing me?
You said cavalry. You're not pretty sure what the others are.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's
yeah.
it.
So basically, you see at least one detachment of cavalry. You're not sure what the other detachments are, and you do recognize them as like generally part of this legion, but you do not recognize the individual Centurion banners. So you wouldn't know like what people are there, or what commanders will lead them. But it does seem to be Aldana army.
And we're heading towards them, and they're heading towards us, or
Yes,
like we're okay.
both of your parties are going down the road towards each other.
Okay. Well, let's tell Glot about this.
You sure you don't want to give them a warning of what's traveling there? I'm sure they can already see it.
Do they have scouts?
Are you
Like
asking
riding
me
ahead?
in general or right now?
No, in general, like, do they have scouts riding ahead?
In general, a moving army will have scouts riding ahead. Whether you see those scouts right now is a completely different question.
Yeah, just to, if they're... Okay, so I try and look for one of those scouts to see if one of them is closer to me than just to ride those other extra 2 miles.
Right?
And bring him the news that the other pile of dust is Ironforge refugees.
Sure, make a perception check.
Good luck on this one.
Right. So you start looking around, and you don't see like any moving figures down the road or around, but at one point you notice like a glimmer, like something like sunlight refracting on mirror glass or mirror metal to the left, maybe away from the road, maybe 500 feet away from you, so a couple hundred meters away from you. Like 100, 200 meters away from you, yeah. And then the glimmer disappears.
Oh, shit. but it's okay. It's around 500 meters away from me.
Let's say 250 meters away from you. I know it's not 500 feet, but whatever. I should not have said feet at all.
So, yeah, I'll ride to that direction. I'll start shouting.
Hey, why are we not heading towards the army? Hello?
Well, the army is 2 miles away. The scout.
Yes. So?
I think I saw a scout here. That would be much
Oh.
easier to deliver a message to him.
Okay, sure.
So I start riding towards the place where I found, towards the direction I saw the refraction, and I kind of shout, "Hey, man-child scout!"
Can I tell him how it's pronounced correctly?
Yes, please tell me how it's pronounced correctly.
Randshield.
I expected that.
Roundshield?
Randshield. Randshield.
Rand.
Randshield?
It's like
Yeah,
round
that's good.
shield, but round shield.
Yes. Rand.
Randshield. Okay.
Uh,
What does it mean in German?
Edge or border shield. So,
Okay.
like, it's very telling for what they actually do, right? It's basically on the spot.
Yeah.
They guard the border, so they're the border shield.
Alright. So you ride towards the direction shouting this, right?
Hey, Randshield scout, I have a message for you to deliver.
Alright. So you arrive towards where you think the scout stayed, and you start looking around, and well, this kind of looks like just another gully, grass-filled gully that is. Oh, there's another one like 10 meters away, and it's all overgrown with grass, and it's middle of the summer, so it's lush and long, and you kind of lose sight of where you were supposed to go, or even if you ever saw him. And then Ardes and Trega, both of you hear like a click of a crossbow string being notched and clicked into firing position, and from the back out of sight you hear like a muffled male voice go, "Who might you be?"
I turn around to see who's aiming at me.
Oh, I am Arls of Kreuzung. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. And this is Trego. What's your last name?
Malsa.
Malsa.
I think I'm
And-
the only one who put it in the game to see.
No.
wait, that was...
My mother.
Arls doesn't know.
Oh.
And we are sent from the dust field over there that you can see. We are actually heading towards Kreuzung with the refugees from Ironforge, together with the mayor from Ironforge.
Correction, we're heading towards Fort Austria with these refugees.
For now, we're still on the road to Kreuzung. I'm just saying. And we're gonna be losing.
Yeah,
them.
but we're heading towards. I mean,
Sure.
never mind.
Well, usually I would shoot you on sight, but by your bickering, I figure out you're not bandits after all.
You are very perceptive. Also, shooting on sight is never a good idea.
And you apparently are not his squire, as I expected at first.
Yes. So, you gonna go and tell the dust wall back there what's up? Or are you gonna stand here?
No, most certainly, but you're coming with me.
Oh, I'd love to, thank you. This is
Well,
a pleasant
okay.
surprise.
Start moving.
Sure.
I
I'm also
whisper
gonna...
to Sarah to tell Pipip that these are the forces from Fort Austria.
In your head you hear, I'm already telling her, stupid.
Oh, okay, okay.
I
Huh?
love that she's a smart ass.
Yeah, it's kind of upgraded from a child to a sassy teenager.
What an evolution.
The worst kind of age.
So yeah, you move back on this road and start moving, and like if you look around, you see as this man, as he's like now on the road, you see that he is dressed in leather armor and a cape that is like basically like in all shades of green. So you figure out that's why you didn't see him in the grass field. But now he has removed the hood, and you can see like a leather helmet under it. Just not covering all of his face, but there's some protection. And he's carrying a well-made looking crossbow in his hands. He's not pointing it at you, but he like has it at the ready and notched. And you go back to the road, start traveling, and like a couple moments pass, you see like a shining light shine in the front of the army, like shine, disappear, shine, shine, disappear. You look around and you see like this man has taken out a small mirror of some kinds and is catching the sunlight and doing some sort of signals to the army. And in this manner, you travel for about half an hour until you and the army meet together. And coming closer, Tregonaris, you see that there seems to be three main like groups in the army. They're like cavalry unit moving on the flanks, and in the middle there are two formations. One of them with like long nasty spears and like heavy looking armor with long shields, and behind them a detachment less armored with you don't see like any spears, and you see crossbows behind their backs. And as you're approaching the army, this man, he goes, "Well, I'm gonna take you to Commander. I hope you do not do anything stupid. And
I can't promise anything.
Well, it's gonna be your head that rolls. Also, do try to be polite. It doesn't hurt."
Ars is sitting up straight and trying to brush up whatever robes and the colors of Aldana he's wearing, even though they are slightly burned, but whatever.
Right. Most of the army doesn't seem to like pay any attention to you, like whatever, like they're being escorted, so that might be fine. And the scout, he brings you towards one of the flanks, towards the cavalry units, and leads you up to a gentleman on a horse, in like this well-crafted breastplate that has some sort of Aldana insignia on it, a beautiful cape flowing off his back, in a helmet with a plume on it. He is riding with a small group of cohorts, accomplices, not quite sure, seemingly talking to them. The scout brings you closer to them and salutes, and says, "Centurion Horsa, I have brought this man to you. They claim to come from Kreuzung. They claim to come from Ironforge." The man turns in your direction, looking down on you from his high horse. And you can see that this is not a young man. He is maybe in his 40s, has this like half beard. You see like a scar going through his eye onto his cheek. Not a very pleasant scar. But he turns towards you and like smiles magnanimously and waves the scout away and addresses Dragon actually and goes.
Can I quickly before?
Yeah.
What did we understand? Horser?
He called him Centurion Horsa.
Horsa. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah. So he turns towards Dragon. Well, it is certainly nice to see a friendly face. So, why don't you tell me a story?
Greetings. We've came from Ironforge, as you heard, with the remaining refugees that survived the attack. We have around 48. I kind of look at our list to see if he corrects me.
No, we lost a few of those in a village past, if you remember.
Oh yeah. So we have less than that with the mayor of Ironforge, and he's eager to meet you.
Also, I'm very sorry for the manners of my friend here. I'm Arls of Kreuzung, and he is Trego Malsa.
I
Pleasure to
almost
make your
did not
acquaintance.
expect you to actually introduce yourself. I am Centurion Horsa, the current leader of this troop. You say you have Mayor Glod with you,
Mm-hmm.
and he's untouched.
Well, the remainings of... Yeah, untouched would be stretching it.
He may or may have not lost a leg during the struggle in Ironforge, but at least he's alive.
Good. It is good to see this old man again. Well, why don't you ride with me for now? It seems we will reach your people in maybe another half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, you can tell
Would be
me
honored.
more details about what has happened. We've heard rumors about an impending Korkish attack. Judging from your words, it did not go well, but I would be glad to learn more.
So I guess it's going to take like a half an hour just to tell him all the things we've done in Ironforge.
I'm embellishing our accomplishments.
Make a deception roll.
What?
A performance, not a deception.
Never mind. Do I want to use tides for this?
Oh, really?
Am I trusting on luck?
Storytelling.
We're using
That's
tides for a 22. That will do.
He listens and nods, like looking you over, like not really believing that sound rests like you, Arlis. Like can actually do that, but like looks back at Raga at his armor and like, alright, well.
And Tarni.
Yeah, he did give Aldana a very good look, and like at one moment he asked you like what kind of creature is this? I have not seen anybody ride a mount like that before. Not without a saddle, at least.
He's a gift from the tree. The great oak. And a
Please
friend.
don't do that.
And a
No.
brother.
That seems to confuse him even more, but at the end of it he says, well, I expect when we reunite with the people and I get to talk to the mayor, he will confirm your words and your partners, but if you are telling the truth, and for now I'm willing to trust you, this is a great service you have done for our kingdom, and we'll see if we can reward you properly. And so you ride, and by the end of half an hour, the two groups reunite. It's gonna be about noon.
Hey Pip, did Sarah told you that we met at...
Yeah, yes, you did tell me. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
I hug you, Sarah.
Everyone around is a little confused by you hugging something invisible.
I don't care.
She's got problems.
It's been an hour,
To
right?
be fair, yeah, to be fair, she would have become invisible like,
Yeah.
in the last couple minutes. Visible. So yeah, it was basically like you riding with Cinder and a horse and like talking to him, and then suddenly a snake with colorful wings reappear on Dragon's shoulder. He like that gives a double take. Like, what kind of creature is that? You have the most peculiar of company.
That is a very accurate description.
That's a long story.
Yeah. But anyhow, the two groups unite and like immediately seeing the situation. He starts by like starting giving like out some orders to his people, and the troops spread to start providing whatever assistance they can to the people. You can see that some rations are starting to be shared, and like people have been questioned basically.
Do they have alcohol?
Are you asking that somebody?
Yes, I am.
Who are you asking?
Probably the Centurion himself.
He like he's mid orders, so he like looks at you with this unhappy look, like why do you interrupt him? And he says, I do not think you would prefer to drink the kind of alcohol we're carrying around.
Oh, actually, at this point, anything will do.
I think he's referring to medicinal one.
I am indeed doing that. Anyway, please do not distract me for now. And he basically just turns away and continues giving orders. And you also seen that during the whole like description of the story, there was like a relatively young man on a horse riding next to you and basically writing down everything you say.
Carrying
gosh.
them.
Dodie?
No. No, his
Asked
name.
for alcohol was declined.
Computer says no.
And yeah, as the civilians stop distracting me, please. As the civilians are being taken care of, and he has given enough orders, and the army seems to start moving and doing whatever they do. He turns back towards you and says, "Well, let us go see Glod. I expect he has a lot to say." And so you, the party, joins together. There's 5 of you, Glod, Centurion horses, a young man, and you have actually been joined by another person, a woman. She seems to be in her 30s, human. She takes off her helmet, and you can see her long braid is kind of like formed this bun at the back of her head so that it doesn't interfere with the helmet. And she is carrying a long, beautiful spear. And as you get together, Centurion, well, first of all, he greets Glod. Then he introduces her as Centurion Gerhild. She is the leader of the heavy infantry Centurion. And all of you sit down, and he basically starts asking Glod about everything that has happened. about the attack, the defense. Sadly, Glot can't really tell him much about the defense part, because that's what you did. But he basically starts retelling what you have told Glod, and like sometimes looks towards you for confirmation, like part of your plan. And throughout all of it, the young man is writing down, and like Sterling like gives this comment like, "Well, it seems your contribution was indeed great. Not as great as you have claimed, but great indeed." So anybody wants to say anything, because I need a little break before I start talking to myself in different voices.
Nothing
I'll
on my end.
interfere if something interesting is said.
I hate you.
While they were gone, I would go up to Salon and I would say, by the way, thank you. You helped me earlier with when Ystera was gone. And thank you.
You're welcome, little one.
Okay.
And he threw it all away.
Kind of what I do.
Nice.
Help people.
Is that why you do things? Because you like helping people?
It's what I've grown up doing. I know no other way of life, really.
Seems weird that you would pick Raven Queen. I mean, nothing wrong with her, but there are other deities that would allow you to help people more, I'd imagine.
Well, the Raven Queen helps people in the afterlife. Helps them find their way from that can be quite scary.
That's true.
And people need a bit of guidance after they die. The Raven Queen's there to give them to them. She also guides you through your mortal life. She is the goddess of fate as well.
Yeah. Actually, I wanted to ask you about that. This fate you keep talking about, is this your fate or the fate that she deems is your fate?
The fate that she deems for everyone. She's the goddess of fate itself.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay. Anyway, thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I walk away.
And I walk away.
I walk away.
I'm just at this moment I keep going back to the fact that you still have not repaired the clothes, so yeah. At the end of the exchange of information between your side and their side, Dol basically asks, alright, so it seems that Ironforge has been fucked as hard as it could have been fucked. So what's the plan?
Well,
He's not talking to you, by the way.
I'm aware.
This is the part.
I still interrupt.
This
You
is the
would.
part where I talk to myself. I'm afraid. And Centurion response. Well, at the very least, you have evacuated most of your citizens, which is great. You have said that they have mostly traveled towards Kreuzung. Young Gizer over here has been writing down the report. Expects that we will be sending some men with it to the capital. His Majesty needs to be informed of what has happened. No matter what, I promise you that help will come. Our supplies are a day behind us. We traveled as fast as we could. They have the food, they have the supplies. But it seems that you have brought most of the civilians away from Ironforge, which is good, I suppose. So we can use those to travel further, make sure that the city is safe, start cleaning up, give proper burial to our people, clean up their corpses, maybe start repairs. If all goes well, supplies and materials will arrive, and people start returning. But for now, we need to...
May I interrupt for a quick second?
You just hear, like... from Glod.
Just because I heard you were sending a man or multiple men to Kreuzung to send a message, I wanted to let you know that the 5 of us will also be heading in the direction of Kreuzung, because we are also trying to let the people of of Ironforge know that it's safe to return, or it will be safe shortly. So, might be a good idea to travel together in that regard.
If you're willing to join our men, that could be arranged, obviously. I'm not sure how much help you could provide in finding the citizens of Ironforge without official means, but you're welcome to travel with them, obviously.
Yes, the point is, if you could maybe put something in that letter that would let us use the official capacities of Kreuzung to find the people that came from Ironforge, that would greatly ease up the process.
That would not be necessary. We will be operating under the direct command of His Majesty. As such, it will be no problem for us to inform the proper authorities in the city of Kreuzung so that they can use their local militia to locate those people and hopefully inform them that their home will be safe in, let's say, a month's time.
Even better.
At this point, Glod kind of pipes up again and says, "Oh, I'm not sure if you want to talk about this, like right here and now, but I remember you guys kind of wanted help with certain something.
Yeah, that.
So,
I think we should maybe talk over that in the evening, not right now.
to your yourselves.
Good time as any.
Is it?
Why not?
You go ahead.
Evidence?
You go ahead and tell the story.
Not that I'm doubting all of us, but there's no evidence whatsoever. Just putting that out there.
Doesn't hurt to ask.
None of us have even seen it.
So I put on my best Morpheus face. And I go, what if I told you there's still dragons about?
The horse turns towards you. Under normal circumstances, I would expect you to be arrested shortly for inappropriate actions while under intoxication and led towards proper facilities, but hearing, listening to your story, I am starting to believe things I never expected me to believe.
Oh, we've got a doozy.
My apologies. Yeah, what?
A doozy.
Don't worry about it. It's gnomish.
So we have seen a dragon to the west of here. And our journey to Ironforge initially was to find forces and people to help us with this task of slaying it. But as circumstance is, we did what we could for Ironforge, but we also need to go back and help Phandalin with their looming danger.
Can I assume that this is your way of asking for our help?
As much as you can spare.
You said dragon. And
Mm-hmm.
I hope you're competent enough not to mistake a dragon for, say, an overgrown basilisk. But when saying a dragon, are we talking dragons of the legends? Creatures the size of a tower, being capable of destroying half of an army with a single breath?
We're
If I
talking.
recall.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
We're talking a dragon big enough to, in common, demand a payment from a very powerful wizard and a very powerful, what would you call him? Assassin,
Ranger?
I guess. And demand fealty, or they would be eaten alive in one bite.
Well, perhaps I could talk to this powerful wizard and...
You could if you'd come with us to Phandalin.
Well, the wizard? No, the wizard went. Where did Amavane go?
To Phandalin.
Okay, yeah, Phandalin.
Hmm. Well, this is quite a situation.
You could always send someone you trust to, with a small amount of men, to confirm whatever we are saying, to look at wherever the thing was last seen, and decide from there on.
Well, I'm afraid that this is indeed as much as I can do for you. If there is a dragon, then we would require a separate expedition to prepare for that, to properly prepare. I do not even know how would we go about that, seeing as we don't have any weaponry or records about dragons that would prepare us properly, but I assume a couple hundred men with crossbow would do it. I hope so. But I cannot spare many people from our current forces. If there indeed was a 500 heads strong orcish army around Ironforge, I mean, our current forces are strong, but weakening them any further is not a good idea.
While you're in the vicinity, you might also want to send word to the masters at Turis Eburmea. They might have some information, right? That's what the wizards do, isn't it?
Well, if somebody's going to have any records, it's definitely them, though Teresa Bernal, much as anything else, was formed after the Dragonfall. What I doubt is you would have a much greater chance of persuading our Majesty to help you, rather than persuading those wizards to leave their towers.
Fucking wizards.
I would agree with you on that.
Tell me about it.
How
So-
about we
I don't-
add this information to the report we sent to Kreuzung from His Majesty? We at Fort Austria have equipment necessary to deal with any possible armed conflict, but I'm afraid our anti-air and anti-dragon capabilities are limited. I would say that the forces at the capital would have access to better equipment.
Sounds lovely.
So, would you be traveling ahead to Fandolin, or would you prefer to
No, I
travel
think
to Kreuzung first and...
I think
Sounds like we need to go through Kreuzung first. Kreuzung.
we could also tie up a few loose ends while we're there anyway, so...
Very well.
But I would very much appreciate a letter of recommendation, also from you, Glod.
Sidran goes, I will include my thoughts on you in the letter, indeed. And God goes, I can give you one better than that.
Yeah, I'm not.
And so the plan is the rest of you are going back to Ironforge, and we're going with letters to Kreuzung.
Yes, that sounds about right. Together with whoever the Centurion here is going to be sending.
And thus begin the Kreuzung saga.
I will send a cotubernier of troops with you. I suppose if we provide you with some fresh horses, you will be able to reach Kreuzung in under 4 days.
That would be very much appreciated.
Yeah, sharing the... Never mind.
Very well, no time to waste. I will start giving out the appropriate orders, prepare men to accompany you, say your goodbyes to Glod, and be ready to depart in half an hour. He puts on his helmet, turns around, and leaves to do whatever he needs to do.
Yeah, I'm not saying goodbye to Glod.
Jesus.
Well, I'm not saying goodbye to you either.
Yeah, that was out of character for sure.
I do not give a fuck.
He's talking out of character also.
I'm talking out of character also. Why am I looking towards the door?
I approach Glod
Yeah.
and extend my hand for a handshake. And when he grabs it, I firmly shake it, pull him closer, hug him, and whisper into his ear, "See you around, milk drinker."
So as you pull him in, he obviously loses balance because it's kind of hard to stay in one place with a crutch in one leg. And as you release him, like, for a moment you figure out that this might be the only reason he does not instantly nut you with his crutch.
Oh no, I'm hugging. I don't release him till he stands up straight.
Oh, alright. He like pushes a bit away from you. Like grabs you by the shoulder and pulls you down. And looks into your eyes and says, I am 300 years older than you. But, all things considered, fine. You're the only son of a bitch that I will allow to call me like this, and walk away with no bruises. Just today.
I will live to tell the tale.
And hey, you ever want to get yourself a proper armor? You come find me.
I will.
It will take a while to rebuild and open the forge. But hey, I think this might be the very best moment to leave my mayoral office and retire and do something I used to do back when I was young.
I'll make sure to come and visit you when we stop in Ironforge next time.
You make sure so. And hey, if it's not much trouble, don't bring the kid. He's kinda annoying.
I
I'll see
grab
what I
him
can
and give
do
him a
about
big
that.
hug.
What did you say, Treg, last thing?
I'll see what I can do about that. Not
Oh,
bring
okay.
the kid.
So you do that, you step away, Peep, you hug him.
Nothing.
He
I know.
and draws you in, pats you on the back, and says, "You make sure they don't make more enemies than they can beat, because they certainly seem to like doing so."
Yeah, I'm not sure I can keep that promise, but I'll see what I can do.
You know that.
I'm gonna
That's right.
approach and offer a handshake to him and say, "Take care of yourself."
You do as well, my lady. Well,
Is Flash still beside him?
yeah, Flash is still beside him.
I go over to Flash and offer out a hand for him to sniff. I don't just grab a war dog. I awaken mine to him. You take care of him, okay? He's gonna need your help.
Flash kind of walks up to you, looks into the eyes, and puts his paw on your hand and shakes it a little bit. And he's shaking your hand while looking into your eyes, don't give me that shit. I'm not a dog lady.
I just beam at him and then I grab him in a hug. Now I'm grabbing a war dog. This is gonna go well.
Yeah, he kind of
Roll initiative.
Yeah, right.
he freezes for a moment, but then just pushes his nose into your hand and allows you to pet him for a while.
Pet, 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 pet.
Pet. Yeah, you could ride him into battle.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you couldn't. He's not that big. So yeah, Vlad goes. Well, this is it. I actually plan to do this anyway, even without the Centurions and your offer. I've been scribbling down a tiny little letter or here. Don't say anyone I told you so. Honestly, don't say anyone. You could get into prison for that. But me and Albert used to, well, when he was a kid, he used to visit Ironforge, and he basically grew up on my knee. So I know a couple things about him. This, if you play it right, and don't bring the kid, might get you an audience with him. But I warn you, he is the king of this country. He's not gonna be as patient as I am. So pay attention to what you say, don't waste your time, and spend it wisely.
Acting under authority, I have experience with that, though it's been a long time. But acting with nobility is very alien to me.
Don't worry.
You're not around. You said you weren't
What?
saying goodbye. You're not around.
No, I'm not saying goodbye. I'm standing there. I'm just not saying goodbye.
Oh, alright. Alright, enough of this.
That this
Old man,
awesome
do me a
relationship
favor.
started with a hammer to the crotch.
Do me a favor, old man, and build or make a nice sacrifice to the Temple of Moradin. That place has saved my life more times than, I don't know, a few times.
More than 3. Yeah.
More than a few times, guys. It's a thing.
He's like, shit, I should destroy that temple.
It's harsh conflict with a dwarven god, though.
He like looks at you and just walks away.
I'm just giving you a big smile.
And he just gives you one last wave and how do you describe somebody walking on one crutch? Huddles,
Pulls away.
hobbles away, yeah,
Hobble.
and
Does
hobbles
the
away.
house.
He's hobgoblining away.
He's hobgoblining away towards like a waiting centurion. You see that he is being offered a horse, and he like looks at the horse, goes like, shakes his head, and allows somebody to help him into the saddle. And centurion like nods towards you and gives an order for his troop to resume their march towards Ironforge. You see that some troops have stayed behind with the cars, with the civilians. They're currently just staying, seemingly preparing for a long march towards west. And another group, 10 riders on horses, approach you guys with 4 extra horses. And they're leader rides up to you and salutes in Aldana manner and introduces himself as Contubernia Endrick, and says that he will be your guide. And just a moment, this should start.
What's his name?
Kendrick.
Oh, okay, Trego.
Escort.
I'm sorry.
He'll be your
Yeah.
escort towards Kreuzung.
And his name?
Hendrik.
Endrick,
Hendrik. Thank you.
just a moment. That's
So
his
if
name.
I put Hendrik the escort, I might misunderstand it. But I'm doing it. Hendrik.
You figure out that Contubernia is his title rather than name or last name. So yeah, unless any of you want to do anything else in this place.
Yes, I do. Oh, no, when
Go
we're
ahead.
riding off. No, when we're riding off, because I use Tides of Chaos, I'm sort of it's tingling feeling all over,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna need to unload this.
Yeah, you need to go into the bush and.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Get
Alright.
this.
Alright, yeah, sure.
Let's
Like,
go
you gotta
to the
go.
fucking table.
Just a moment, and go somewhere to the side. What do you
Yeah,
plan to
let's see
do?
what happens. Ooh. Okay, it's worthless. This is such an
Well-
unfortunate timing for this.
What spell do you spend to do this?
Probably a magic missile into the floor.
Yeah, alright. Well,
I'm not fireballing in the middle of an army.
Yeah.
I'm not that stupid.
you feel nothing. Literally nothing.
That's good. At least the tingling is gone.
Yeah, the
away.
tingling goes away.
Perfect.
Right, so you get on your horses. Each of you get a horse, except for Dragon, you get your elk. And
Yay.
do we ride off towards Kreuzung?
Yeah,
Yes.
right off into the sun.
So
Well,
how does
well.
it look when Pip tries to ride a big horse?
Side saddle, I assume. Side saddle, I assume. Alright. So at this point, let's take a break.
Excellent.
And let's
Break.
arrive at Kreuzung at the end of the break. So it will take you 4 days to get there.
hesitant to start.
No,
That
it's okay.
well,
Alright, well, she's not running away yet.
Yeah.
So, okay. I'm gonna assume that everybody but Mark is here. I should not have said this out loud. So yeah, let's get back. You guys have a 4-day trip ahead of you to Kreuzung on horseback, staying at the inns and villages and whatever you can with your guides and escorts. Yeah, if you want to do something during this trip, please inform me about this. Otherwise,
Mhm. I would like to, because I don't think
Right.
Melora's gonna be waking me anymore during the nights, which is unfortunate for this specific sin. I would probably search her out at the evening when we're making camp, and it's everyone more or less for themselves for a moment. I'm sorry, do you have a moment?
I have a feeling she's not here.
I have that feeling as well right now. Great. It's a great feeling.
It's a great feeling.
Welcome back, Mark.
Welcome back, Mark.
Hey.
So I think we're postponing that.
Yeah, anybody
No,
else?
she's typing. She's
Oh.
probably on the phone.
Right, so yeah, anybody else wants to do anything during the trip? Because I do have... Okay, she's back. Go talk. Go talk!
Okay, perfect. Probably during the when we set up camp at the first evening, ours would probably approach Melora, if possible, with no one else around. I'm sorry, do you have a quick moment?
Yeah, sure. What did you need?
So you remember right before the Grey Fart when I tried the ritual of Timora and
Okay,
it
I'm
blew
back.
and it thank you. And it blew back on us.
Mm-hmm.
I have been thinking that this may be a part of why I don't know, did you notice the burned civilians in Ironforge?
Yeah, I did.
So I'm not entirely sure if that was a punishment, a warning, or all of it together. But when I tried to engage the orcs, I also got blasted by an explosion similar to the one I can create by Timora. And
Oh my goodness, are you... Well, obviously you're alright, but wow.
that's not... She still let me live, so I'm assuming it is just warning and punishment in one. Although it is a pretty harsh punishment for the innocents who were standing right next to me during that time. And I think it may have been, a part of it may have been because I have inferred bad luck through my actions, through the use of that ritual with you. And I think also when I hold out the staff, Salan told me that this one here might also be a bad influence on me. And it might be what Timora is punishing me for. So I was wondering if maybe it would reverse some effects if I hand it over to you and you would wield it.
I don't know if it would work, but if it would, I'd be willing to give it a shot. I mean, are you sure you want to pass that off to me? I mean, it's a really powerful staff. It could help.
It's a tool. It's no more and no less. I'm lucky either way. That's not the issue. If you
But
would be
wouldn't-
willing to take it, I would be very grateful. Because I think
Sure.
it might help with getting the favor of the lady back.
Sure, but I don't understand. Your god would know that you had good intentions, correct?
Yes, but having good intentions isn't always enough.
I see.
You also sort of have to act in accordance with the way your god expects you. And I think I may have been coming up a little short in that regard. And I am gonna try. I hope this gesture does a little bit of its part.
Sure, I'll be willing to take it if you need me to. Whatever helps.
Thank you. And I'm just gonna hand her over the staff.
And at this
And I'll-
point, you remember that, hey, I need to spend an hour on attuning from the staff before I hand it over.
I need to unattune from stuff?
Yes, it takes
I
an
have
hour
done
to
that?
attune or unattune.
Can I have done this while I was setting up for this?
No, because I didn't know you were gonna do this, and there's something important that needs to happen.
Okay. Okay, cool. Let's have a. Sure. I think I will. I'll need a little bit to sever the connection I have built to this thing, but I'll hand it to you right after.
Okay.
I'll be back in like an hour or two.
All right.
Let's see what happens.
Couldn't hurt to try.
Certainly.
So, you try to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You spend an hour sitting, meditating with the staff, trying to untune from it. By the end of the hour, you understand that for some reason you are unable to sever the connection, and the staff remains firmly attuned to you.
Well,
The thing is, this is what I had thought up between these 2 weeks, and when Dan said the other thing, it fucked me over because now it looks bad. Sure, I'm not unattuning it from it, but in that case, I can still let go of it, right?
Yeah, sure.
I can
no
leave
problem.
it be and I can walk away.
Yeah.
So I'll because I'm obviously trying longer than 1 hour to get rid of this thing. So after like 2 hours, and it's probably already pretty dark, I come back to Melora. I'm not having much luck. I think the stuff is sort of stuck to me, or anything. I'm not entirely sure. I think I need someone to have a look at this. I'll ask Pip as well. But maybe if you carry it, the connection will go away. I'm not entirely certain how these kinds of things go.
Do you think maybe if we could dispel the magic on the staff, that might end it? Or do you think that's a good idea?
Oh, it might be worth a try.
We could try that in the morning if you'd like, and if it doesn't work, I can try holding on to the staff for you, and we'll see if that helps.
Yes, and well, I think we should also ask Pip to have a look at it as well. This is pretty unfortunate.
Sure, let's go see if we can find her.
Sure, let's look for Pip.
hi. What's up?
So, I may have been trying to give the staff to Melora,
Okay.
but I can't seem to sever the connection I have to it.
I mean, just hold it out to her. Sure, she can take
Oh
it.
yeah, yes, but I can still feel it. The feeling doesn't go away.
Oh.
You know anything about this?
I know that kind of sensation. Can I look at the staff?
Sure.
Can I help her?
Try to arcane the staff.
Can I help her?
Do you have proficiency in Arcana?
No.
No, you cannot. Sure, Pip, give it a shot.
I'm bending her luck. For another 4.
Anything to help, huh?
16.
You take a look at it, you turn it around. I mean, I guess if he's saying he cannot, then he cannot, but looks normal to you.
Can I tell what kind of magic is in it?
Do you have spells that allow you to do that?
No!
Then you cannot.
God damn it. I don't really know what to tell you. I mean, I can try. This is dumb. I'm gonna awaken mine. Can I talk to the staff? Does it answer me? Or does it respond if I say, okay, let go of Arliss, please.
All of you see as people just like stares down the staff. But you reach for a mind, there is no mind to reach for.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. I don't know what to tell you.
So I think we'll try what you Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I'm sorry. You finish yours first.
So I think we'll just try what you suggested, Melora. You can hang on to it. We can try to dispel its magic in the morning, and worst case scenario, I'm gonna be looking for a fucking wizard in Kreuzung.
Yeah, it's worth a shot.
That's it. After this, I'm taking Eldritch Sight. This is fucking annoying.
As she holds her hand out for the staff from Pip.
Yeah. Can I give it freely? Does it work that way?
You've seen no strange compulsions when you pass the staff on
Perfect.
to Melora.
Excellent. I think a little disconcerted, Arliss goes to bed to be awakened by 3 or 4 of his crewmates.
Actually, that's a good question. Does anybody awaken Arliss during the night? Because I'd assume at this point, none of you need to take a watch because you have 10 soldiers on your side and you're mostly staying in proper places, establishments.
If I'm asleep, I'm asleep. I'm not waking him up.
Yeah, I'm not waking him up if I wake up either.
I asked Trago what he's gonna do.
I'm waking him
They
up.
actually have a talk about this. Can you play this out, please?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna wake him up.
Yeah, okay, let's wake him up.
Alright.
What time are you gonna wake him up?
Around.
Let's make a schedule to make fun of our party member.
So
I love
2,
this
okay.
script so much.
So I'll wake him up around
You wake him up at 4.
4,
Yeah.
5? Yeah. Okay, cool. Good talk.
Good talk. Good job, guys.
Alright. So,
1 second.
Then
I'll
Are
wake
you
up-
rolling a
wake up
d20 every day?
why?
Every day I get the walking in the light, I'm rolling a d20, and as soon as I hit a natural 1, we're gonna do something. Just letting you know.
Okay, sure. For the first night of waking him up, Traeger and Salon, I need you to make a perception check. Salon with disadvantage.
I have solid rolls today, I must say.
I think Mark just he just wrote be right back before you said that. The
Beautiful.
second before you...
Alright, then he doesn't need to know. Traeger, when you go to wake Ares up, like you see him lying on his bed, kind of like in an awkward position and slightly snoring. And as you reach your hand to get him by the shoulder and to wake him awake, you see like some movement in the dark. And as you reach close, you see that with every like snore as he breathes out, there's a small cloud of tiny flies that like flies out of his mouth and that get dragged in as he breathes in.
Do they come out also?
They come out and they go back in when I breathe
So
back
he's
in.
snoring. As he breathes
Oh.
out, they come out. As he breathes in, they go back inside.
Okay, I thought they only go in, and that's
No,
it. Okay.
no.
Ew.
Hey, Arliss. Arliss.
Fuck off.
No, this. I'm serious, man. wait. Let me.
You've done this one
your
too many
staff is kind of
times.
acting up, though.
You don't.
I
say.
know, but this time your staff is kind of acting up.
You don't say. I just turn around and try to sleep.
Arliss, I shake him vigorously.
What?
I look him straight into his eye. Your staff is acting up.
I know. I can't get rid of it.
What? What do you mean?
I tried
Just
casting
throw it away.
on. No, I have given. It's not even on me if you're fucking blind. It's with Melora. But I can't sever my connection to that I established to it. And but
Oh, so it's kind of like my spear?
But what? Why are you saying this? The stuff isn't even nearby.
But, well, I saw flies, the same kind of flies your staff makes.
What? Where?
While you were snoring, they were going in and out of your nose.
Bullshit.
I am serious.
I'm just gonna spit out to see
The
if
straightest
some flies...
the straightest face I can manage.
I'm just gonna spit out to see if some flies come along.
You spit out and like you have your light on and like watches this bottle of spit on the table, and to your horror you see a couple like dead flies, tiny flies floating in the spit.
Ugh. Okay, yes, I think I'm gonna be visiting the Temple of Timora and the wizard in Kreuzung. This is disgusting. Holy shit.
Trego makes a cross on him, to Spiritus Sanctus.
And suddenly you too lose your powers as you invoke the different gods as the one you have sworn to protect.
I'm sure that's some
This
kind
should-
of trap
I
that
mean-
they fart put on this thing.
Well, I did come up here to wake you up just for, for shits
Being
and
an
gigs that
asshole,
we've been doing
yes.
for the last couple... Yes, being an asshole, but this is a matter of concern.
Yes, I had already noticed some other concerns, but this one's a new one. And an unpleasant one at that. Yeah, I'll be visiting a few temples in Timora. In Kreuzung, sorry, the time of day is coming to me. Ugh.
Well,
Anyway,
I'm happy this helped you.
I'm gonna try to sleep and try to not choke on some insects while I'm doing it. Good night.
Right.
Good night.
So, the morning comes. The soldiers are preparing, like getting breakfast, preparing to leave whatever inn you're currently staying in. Anything you need to do?
Once we get outside, I'm gonna try casting Dispel Magic on the staff when I'm away from people.
Alright. Let's see. Let me check the spell.
Are you doing it explicitly alone or in the company of one of the people who already know?
That's up to you if you want to join me or not.
I think I would want to, yes.
Okay, so yeah, when me and Arliss are away from like villagers or whatnot, I'm gonna try casting it.
Right. Roll a wisdom check. So
Right.
d20 plus your wisdom. I think it's plus 5. I don't remember.
Bad luck.
Shit.
17.
Alright. So, Melora, you concentrate on the stuff and send your energy to try and dispel its magic. And like with Arliss on your side, watching this, you see as one of those black bulges on the staff that were forming the knob, and the top of it kind of like cracks and breaks.
That wasn't quite what I expected. Do I feel any different?
You do not.
What are you doing?
We thought to maybe dispel the magic from the staff. Might
No, it-
help Arliss.
By breaking it?
It might also be a curse of bad luck. I think I'll be visiting a temple or two to They know a little more about curses. Fucking grey fart got me good, I assume. Maybe this was the problem after all.
I'm sorry, Arliss.
Nah, my fault.
I'm now
Heck, if you want to
watching.
break it, give it here. I'll break it.
Yeah. I'm now watching the staff or whoever's holding it with renewed interest. Just watching.
Are we all here? Because I thought they took it away from people.
I think so, we did actually, but
Oh, sorry.
I was assuming Pips just followed along.
Okay.
I kind of would. I'm nosy.
she was in on it, so we might as well.
That's why I said whoever wants to join.
Let's travel on.
Alright.
So who has the staff now?
Laura.
Alright. I'm sticking close to Melora.
Right. So you get back onto your horses and start riding, and a couple times during the day you stop to rest and massage your sore buttocks from all the riding, and get some food and water. And Arliss, as you like sitting with everyone and eating food, it's disgusting. Food.
Prestidigitation.
You prestidigitate. What smell or what taste do you give to the food?
Some tasty meat.
Flies.
Yeah, you prestidigitate your food and you eat it again, and it tastes even worse. It's almost want to hurl it.
Oh no, I don't almost want to hurl it. I spit it out immediately.
Right. Like, everyone looks at you like everyone is eating basically the same food and munching it as if it's the best food they have ever eaten.
This is...
Are you okay, Arliss?
No. It smells like... Well, shit would be a very nice way to describe it, actually. But it smells like amplified shit, pretty much.
It tastes rotten.
What do you mean? Mine's
kinda-
lovely.
What are you talking about?
I kind of point to. I'm pointing to the food, and I'm like, "So, are you gonna eat that?"
Be my guess, it's disgusting.
I grab it immediately and eat it.
Alright, it tastes real good.
The kid's weird.
Like, it actually tastes better than your food.
Oh yeah, it's prestidigitation.
I felt my head at Arliss and I'm just staring at him.
Yeah, you all stare at Arliss as he's like wiping, like speaking out the food, like wiping his mouth, and like as he like has his mouth open, like trying to clean the corner of his mouth. But four of you, horrified, watch as like a tiny, many-legged insect crawls out of his mouth onto his cheek and somewhere back into his hair. Like, he doesn't seem to notice it.
Arliss?
Yes, what?
A black thing just kind of crawled out of your mouth and into your hair.
What? No.
I'm staring intently at his face and I'm just moving closer slowly and I'm getting uncomfortably close.
And
Make a
I
perception
didn't-
check.
I'm searching in my hair with my hands now.
You make
And while he's doing that, and I'm
Dexterity
stuffing my
check.
face, I'm yeah, dude, that's totally gross.
I didn't really think it was something to mention, but when I went to wake you up the other night, there was like similar
Yes!
thing crawling around
What?
your body.
I saw that too.
Fucking
Yeah.
grey fart. And I'm also, there's like the people who are accompanying us are around here, right?
They are, but they like keep their own group, basically.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna walk over and what I did I omit? No, I wrote down the escort's name, Endrick. I'm gonna go towards Endrick and I'm gonna ask him. I'm sorry.
Yeah. He's
For the next few days on our way to Kreuzung, do we come by any bigger places with bigger temples before we reach Kreuzung?
oh no, it's like villages, small towns. Like all the big temples I know them. Which one do you need?
I think either one
Any at
of
this point.
Lysander, Timora, Lyra, all of them would be.
Well, we have a temple to Lyra, to Tamora.
I know, I come from Kreuzung.
Oh!
I know their temples up there.
Alright, nice.
Thank you anyway. I'm
Sure.
gonna go back over.
I
So,
have not moved less than 2 feet away from him this whole time. In my research, have I ever heard of this kind of curse or magical effect?
You've heard about certain things being cursed?
No, this specific bug's appearing.
You've heard fairy tales about super powerful ancient magics of unimaginable evil, books of unimaginable evil, that when someone touches them, they transform the body of their holder into their evil, wild image that the book is itself. Like, some people turn into living zombies, some, when they walk, destroy everything living around them, some, like, start losing their, like, limbs and noses, some start sucking life out of their surroundings. But it's like super old fairy tale kind of magic that kids are being scared with.
Sure.
So while I'm walking back, I'm gonna just be walking directly towards Salana. It doesn't matter; they're all at the table anyway. So
Yeah.
So the next temple that would be big enough for a decent cleric to be in it is in Kreuzung itself. But, yes,
What was that?
I am speaking to you.
Hired a decent cleric. A
Yes.
decent cleric.
Do you have any? Do you know what to do? I don't think this
About
is gonna
what?
get.
What's going on? Tell me what's going on.
Do you have them?
Well, you have
Oh.
seen. Did you see the fucking thingy that just came out of my mouth apparently, but I can't find in my hair?
Yeah.
And you saw. So I think it's. I don't think. I know it's connected to the staff I picked up from the Great Fart.
Oh, the
And ever
evil thing.
since. I don't think it's evil. It's probably just cursed
It's,
by his
it's
death.
probably evil. If it's associated with necromancy, it's probably evil.
That can be your judgment. I don't care. But
Technically, bugs aren't necessarily necromancy. It could just be a nature thing. I mean,
But
these don't
it
look
was
like
the
carrion
necromancer.
flies. Well,
The
these don't look like
necromancer
carrion
staff.
flies or magnets or anything like that.
so instead of waiting a day or two more until we're in Kreuzung, if you could take a look at this, I would be very appreciative.
Sure, I'll take a look at it.
What's the staff look like? Is it made of wood? Is it made of like what's it? How does it look like?
Stuff is made of solid, oily black metal. It's on the tip of the staff, on the last like 20-30 centimeters, are like this metal bulges, protrusions. It kind of look like insects, but not really, and one of them is currently broken.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like
I'm
that.
gonna look at the staff.
It's a staff.
It seems like it's a staff.
Yes, and it obviously has some nice side effects.
Yeah. So you think you're maybe cursed by the staff?
You know, I have a slight.
What was your first clue?
What he said.
Probably the bugs that were crawling around your bed. That was probably my first clue that something weird was going on.
The power of deduction.
So, can you do anything about it?
Not today. I can meditate on tonight, and I can probably help you tomorrow morning.
That sounds great. I'm gonna be praying to Timora for the rest of our travel here.
Well, you shouldn't have picked up a necromancer staff. Let this be a lesson to you all. Don't trust necromancers.
I think the staff is fine. It's probably just.
If I may.
Yes?
Well, we tried dispelling the staff, What if we tried to to dispel you?
And suddenly, Arlis, whose pure magic, disappears.
It only work that way. That can only target a spell, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh,
What about?
Yeah, but you can try. I don't know.
What about? I mean, out of character. What about? Does anybody have restoration yet? We're level 7.
There's also out of character. There's this spell called Remove Curse.
That too.
Also, other character, I prepare my spells.
I'm
I don't have
aware.
that
I'm
prepared
completely
today.
aware.
I know. We're just discussing because this
Yeah,
could become a much bigger problem if you
I have
can't eat now.
I have lesser, but I don't think lesser will do
Uh,
much more.
when I get a level 5 spell, I get greater restoration.
Yeah, that's still a few levels off.
Yeah.
Trago's hands basically do what lesser restoration does, so...
Yeah, so
If it were a disease or poison, I could have taken it out, but it seems none of those.
have you tried?
He's got a point.
I put a hand on him and I waste 5 points of lay on hands to see if it does something.
Waste.
No waste is pretty
You
much it.
do feel temporarily invigorated. Like you've been filled with energy,
Like the 5 points for clearing poison and stuff.
but... I mean, how do you know if it helped?
Yeah, we'll see if I still have bugs coming out of me in a few hours.
Yeah.
Here's a way to tell. Get a piece of food. Try to eat it.
I ate it all. Mm.
No, you didn't.
I can
How much
order
I
some
have?
more, that's not the issue. I'm also gonna just try and take a swig of water. See if that's disgusting as well.
The water tastes okay. It's water. It's a bit bland, but it's water.
Okay.
Oh wow, I could have had remove curse.
I'm gonna walk up to the... I don't know, I'm just gonna get from the inn, I'm just gonna get like a small pastry. Order that and try to eat that.
The
I'm not eating
pastry-
it in front of the person who gave it to me.
Yeah, sure. You walk outside
I'm following him.
towards where you
yeah.
can hurl without problem and eat the pastry. It tastes like pastry that has been lying around for a couple of weeks and have molded.
Yeah, I'm spitting it out after the first
Yeah.
bite, probably.
Are you?
You spit it out and
I pointed the pastry. Are you gonna eat that?
God damn it.
Actually, and I'm just am I throwing it away? No, I'm handing it to Trigo.
No. Thanks.
yeah. And
No worries.
I gobble it up.
this is a moment when you feel this sweet, sweet smell. Like tasty, tasty smell, and your tongue kind of like gurgles as you smell it.
And what do I
Me
smell?
or Arliss?
Him, Alice.
And from where do I smell? the thing?
Well, you're like in front of the inn, like a bit to the side, so you feel it coming from the like back of the inn and somewhere like further away.
It's the shitter.
I think
You're
it
smelling the poop.
It might also be some insect I'm smelling. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, I'm gonna comment on it. So there is something very delicious around that I can smell, and let's have a look.
What do
I'm
I
just gonna-
smell?
I'm following my nose.
Yeah, you all follow him and like everybody, but like as you go there, like the smell becomes better and like you start drooling because you're hungry and you want to eat this. Like everybody else, like as you're following him, you start smelling a smell of basically a compost heap.
Yep. It's
Which
the
is,
outhouse.
like, it's not an outhouse. It's like there's no actual shit. It's just like rotting vegetable remains, like which are kept to fertilize the ground first. Like you feel that it's not a super disgusting smell, but you know how it smells, right? Alice, like when you're pushing that heap, it smells like the best gin you have ever could have had. Again.
Yeah, I'm still not eating it. or wait. Let's put it up to the dice. Actually,
Don't put that as a dice.
yeah, I'm
Eating
sort of absent-mindedly grabbing for like a rotten apple in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, you put your hand in there's like half rotten like slimy cabbage leaves, and you find like a molded over apple, half-eaten apple.
Okay, so don't freak out, but this smells delicious, so it might still be good for me in the current stage. I'm just gonna try, right?
I don't know. No, don't.
This time Trigger points to the rotten apple in your hand, and he's like, "Are you gonna eat that?"
I think so. I'm gonna give it a try. Might as well, right? Find out if things that I like smelling are poisonous to me, or maybe if my entire system has changed and disgusting things are now good for me. We'll find out.
You like turn the apple around towards the most like completely molded over side, and it's like squish under your hand, and you bite into it, and this is the sweetest, most juiciest apple you have ever tasted in your life.
Yeah, I'm eating it. I don't give a fuck.
You all look like you just like mwah, 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 eat this apple.
You know, kid, you're probably the weirdest thing I've ever encountered in my life.
I'm cursed, you ugly fuck.
This is fascinating.
No, but even before the curse, like the third eye, you were floating around. You know, shit happens to you.
That's
Or
Timora, I
you
tell
eat
you.
shit.
This one here isn't Timora. Usually I don't. The side effects aren't this fucking disgusting. Or this good, actually. I'm gonna take another bite, and I think we should probably get a move on. And I'm taking a few of these disgusting things with me because it will taste.
There's also like
so.
strips of like green meat.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
Alright, sure, you've got that kind of stuff. No problem.
I'm keeping a safe distance away from Arliss for like the rest of the journey.
Sure.
Oh, I'm never farther than 2 feet away from him.
I'm way away.
Horse.
I will put my horse as close to yours as I possibly can, like right behind yours.
And if I need to go like to in the middle of the way, need to go to the bathroom, I'll make like a joke like, "Hey, Arliss, I gotta go to shit. You wanna come?"
Okay, let's stop this all here, right? Let's stop this all here. Like,
Actually, I know what I'm gonna do. So, while he says that, I'm gonna press to digitate what smells delicious to me under his nose.
Some shiz.
Some shit. Some rotten stuff.
yeah, okay,
Have
sure.
that taste while you're shitting, dude.
Whatever. Alright, so you get back onto your horses
Hi.
and you resume the travel.
Sure.
And Pip, you're like next to him and you have Isaiah on yourself, right?
Yeah, Ysera's on me.
Yeah. Like as you're riding, you know, like you hear in your head. Why does he have those things around him?
Why does he have those what?
Insects, like things.
I don't know. I think it has to do with the staff that he had a while ago.
Oh. Has like a lot of them.
What do you mean?
Well, it's kind of like under his clothes.
Under his clothes?
Yeah.
I can't see everything that you can see, so I really appreciate it when you tell me, stuff like this, because I don't know.
I was just asking, maybe it's normal, I don't know.
No, that's usually not normal for humans.
Okay.
I'm gonna write up to Arla's.
Hey, question.
Yes.
When was the last time you took a bath?
I usually just use prestidigitation.
That's not
Yeah.
hygienic.
Yeah. Have you changed clothes recently?
No, my other pair was burned in the or destroyed more or less in the place of the Grey Fart. I only have these ones for now.
That's unfortunate. Is there any chance you could borrow some clothes from one of the soldiers?
Why?
You know how Ysera can see things that we can't see?
No.
Okay, well, she can see things we can't see. She says
Okay.
there's a lot of bugs under your clothes.
I'm just gonna, like, lift my shirt a little, look down.
You lift the
From my
shirt,
robe.
and you and Peep see as like skin on Aris's like chest and tummy is kind of like darker in color, and under each rib is sort of like sunken in. And
Oh.
Peep, as you look inside, like look closer, you see that under each rib is like a cavern reaching inside of his body, and there are dozens of flies buzzing inside of that cavern, crawling into and out of them.
Holy shit.
Arliss?
Yeah, I can see the
Kill it
same
with
thing.
fire!
Okay. As long as you can see it. Am I close enough to where I can, like, touch him?
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna reach a finger out. Oh,
And
come on. It could just be an illusion.
I'm gonna touch the place myself. Does it feel like an illusion?
it is not an illusion. Do you like put your finger inside of one of the caverns, or
Yeah, pretty much.
you put your fingers? You can feel the flies, this big fat flies.
So if it's I don't know much about illusions, but usually if you touch them, they don't work anymore, right?
Usually you just go through them, like
Yeah.
water.
No, I can feel some.
That's
That's weird.
physical manifestations. They're not just, wow.
So 1 second. I might take some time to fireball myself.
No, I don't think that's a good idea.
Imagine if Hamawain was here.
Yeah, right.
Instant.
Just like, nope, nope, nope.
Bang.
Actually, she might be fascinated with this. I don't know.
that might not be a good idea.
Yeah, I just hope I'll doesn't get much worse until tomorrow.
Hmm.
It seems to be moving very quickly.
Yeah. Although to be fair, you haven't, looked at yourself in a while. But still, even just
Yeah,
for a
but
few days, manifestation, that's wow.
Exactly. It hasn't been that long, and I've only used the staff once. Well, one usage with multiple usage on that day, I guess. But
Well, technically, usage of a magic item doesn't necessarily mean that it either increases or decreases whatever effect it can have on you.
yeah, but maybe that was what actually activated it.
It could have just been the staff itself. I really
could.
hope Laura should have that.
I don't think anyone should attune to it until we know some. I'm sure there are some wizards in Kreuzung. We'll just have to look for one, get an opinion, and
Yeah,
then
there wasn't enough of the wizard's body for us to check to see if he had the same effect.
yeah, it was a little, and the bugs would have probably been burnt off. So
Yeah.
Trying to see if I have any.
I'm really contemplating fireballing myself.
Well, if you do, you'll want to go away. Well, how much?
I can cast stuff at lower levels, right, Dan? DM? I don't have to cast at full level.
You mean, for example?
For example, I have
Yes.
Hellish Rebuke. I can
Yes.
cast it
No.
at a much lower level
No.
than 3.
No. You've used the full spell slot for it.
I use the maximum every time.
Yep.
Hey,
Okay.
Arliss?
I'm gonna come up behind all this, and I see all the bugs crawling
You don't
around
see shit.
Arliss. How do I not see this?
I'm not. I just took a quick look and then I put it back down. I'm not showing this off.
Hey, look, everybody! It's like a stripper at freaking Martin's.
Have you investigating it?
Yeah.
Hey, Arliss, if you're going to fireball yourself, which I think is a bad idea, but if you are,
Do all half elves have? Is this good? Is this normal?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
well, I've been standing next to you this whole time, so.
We were riding.
We were riding on
Fuck
horses, yeah.
boys.
Oh. We're not in the inn anymore. Okay.
No, you're not.
Well, I was about to suggest, if you're about to fireball yourself, I got a aura of warding if you want to stand near me.
No.
And fireball both of us.
Fireball Baldur.
No, fireball
wait.
away from me.
Actually, Don, fuck it. I'm moving away a little bit,
Sure.
and I'm gonna fail the saving throw on purpose.
I'm not sure. Well, I guess you can if you just stay still.
I can stand still, right?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be absorbing element.
On the fireball?
Yeah. So it'll still be a decent.
Just
amount
as a
of-
warning, you might want, I know it sounds stupid, but you might want to completely undress, move 20 feet away from your clothes, and then fireball yourself.
Question:
Yes.
How much damage does your fireball do?
On average, 28.
What's the dice? Because I don't know what that means.
86.
86.
Okay, I think your average is lower than my hellish rebuke. Okay.
Worst case scenario, I knock myself out.
I was gonna give you the option of hitting me and then I would hellish rebuke you.
That's very tempting out of character, I have to say.
Yeah.
No, we're just skipping it. I'm gonna be a traveling host for Bucks for now.
Very well. So, you
I was
continue,
thinking right beside him.
you continue traveling, and...
Man, we were this close making him fireball himself.
Yeah, it's about like this moment, like, Andrew goes, well, you're coming or not? We're kind of on the timetable here, guys.
Yes, sorry, we were just trying to figure some stuff out.
Alright,
We'll ride after.
hurry up. And you ride for the remainder of the day, and by the end of the day, as you're traveling next to him, you can basically like hear the soft buzzing emanating from Arles. But you quietly get into another inn, rent another room, spend another night, and if anybody cares to wake up in the middle of the night and go take a look at Arles, for whatever reason, you would see.
Not nice.
Yeah, you would see that there's like a permanent cloud of tiny flies all over his, like,
This is
around
fucking
him.
moving like I have stage 4 cancer.
Yeah, it's nothing really. It's disconcerting. Would it? Do you think maybe it would slow if you had the staff back on you? It seemed to have escalated since then.
Because I would have woken him up to check on him.
Sure.
It's actually, well, don't think it'll make much. Can't hurt, is what I think. Can't move much faster, right? Until tomorrow?
I don't know.
Might as well try. And I'm gonna go and get the stuff from Melora.
Sure.
If she gives it to me.
Yep, she gives it back.
Sure. I'm gonna sleep and cuddle with the stuff.
Alright. You do that. And as the morning comes, what are we doing, guys?
I'm going to find Arliss, probably cover my nose while I'm doing this.
Sorry.
I'd like to check on him also.
We're having a morning meeting, I think, somewhere where people
Yeah.
can't see
Like
us.
in the morning,
Yeah.
as you're sitting, like Arlis like sits down, and as he sits down, like there's like a small cloud of flies that like rise from his hair and then settle down.
Arliss, give me that evil stick.
Here. I'll just
And
send it.
cast remove curse on the evil stick.
I think you gotta do it on our list.
All right, you
The
do that.
stick.
The stick remains in your hand.
Yep. So I've cast it on the stick, and now I'm going to cast it on Arliss.
All right, where are you currently located?
Yeah,
Arliss,
no, in his room.
Oh goody. Where are we currently? So we're like, what kind of small
Basically,
settlement
are
we
you-
done?
In an in-room, or are you outside?
I think we just want some place that's private, so we'd probably not be inside an inn.
I mean, you can be inside one of the rooms you rented. That's what I'm asking.
I think we're not smart. We're not smart enough to go outside.
Very well.
I don't think we're smart enough to go outside.
Yeah.
to be
So we're
honest.
probably in
So-
Artis's room, probably.
Yeah,
So Salon, you
Yeah.
cast it on Arlis, right?
Yeah, I cast
Beautiful.
on the stick on Artis.
You walk up to Arlis, put your hands. Yes, what, Laura?
I was gonna say, as he does the remove curse, can I do lesser restoration on Arliss?
Sure.
Simultaneous
Before
doing-
him, or after him, or simultaneously.
What do you think?
Simultaneous.
Well, she
Oh,
lets her
yeah.
restoration and he's removing curse. Can I smite him?
Very well. So, Trigger, make an attack roll while you're doing that. Milora, you touch him with less restoration and you feel your energy go through his body. You, Arlis, are no longer blinded, deaf, and paralyzed or poisoned.
Yay.
Yay. And then, Salance, surprisingly dark energy also goes into your body and starts spreading through you, and you like feel it's compared to Milora, whose energy is like in the spring, walking outside and staying under the spring sun. His is like cold winter creeping through your body, like one cell after another. And everybody else, you suddenly hear the buzzing intensify as from your eyes, from your ears, from under your clothes, just clouds of insects and flies fly out, filling the whole room and just swarming it up, blinding all of you. The
I
effect
opened the
is
window.
basically the same as when you were targeted by the staff of I'm a robot.
Do they harm us? Stop.
I'm a robot.
Robo.
Oh, Dan.
I know.
Oh.
Not anymore. Yeah, and I just managed to freeze on the video with this really stupid expression. Go me.
Nice.
So yeah,
Forward to
they
the plot now.
fly out of everywhere, like from your mouth and from under your clothes, and like start just immediately fills the room, and everybody else is like battered by them. You're not harmed, but just like splattering across your armor and your bodies, and crawling into your ears, into your nose, into your mouth, like you're covered in these insects.
I am.
You're just sitting there expelling them, fine? You're the center of this insect storm.
Yes,
I'm-
I'm gonna open a window.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you, Sarah, to tell me where the nearest window is, and I'm gonna help open
Yeah.
it.
Trigger, make me a perception check at disadvantage. Alright. So Trigger, you stand up and start like walking around the room. You bump into somebody, you're not sure who that is. Miller, you feel somebody bump into you. Pip, you ask Sarah to help you, and she kind of like hops onto your head. And okay, sure. Make me a perception check at disadvantage with whatever you're doing. Pip, you have Sarah on your head. She kind of like jumps on you and covers your face with her wings. And you don't see this, but she has her mouth open and is catching these flies and eating them. And meanwhile, she's mentally guiding you towards the window. You throw it open. And over the next 30 seconds, the flies just like funnel out of this window as you're left in the room with no Arliss in the room. There's no Arliss. There's just the four of you. And an open window, and all of you are still covered in smushed bugs, and the floor is partially covered in them where you stepped on them. And yeah, that's what you see.
Necromancers.
Arliss?
Where's Arliss? Salon?
Arliss?
I told him not to pick up the staff, but no, he had to go and pick up
Best
the evil
character
necromancer
kill
staff.
Ever!
Arliss?
Silly boy.
I look outside the window to see where the cloud of flies went.
Yeah, you look outside, there's like a disappearing cloud on the horizon.
Is the staff still here? Or is the staff gone too?
The staff is in the room wherever it was before.
Wait, is the cloud already? I mean, did it go away or is it just moving away?
Right, it's flying out.
It dissipated, basically.
So nothing to follow.
I'm gonna do an Arcana check on the staff. Does it still have magic in it?
Yeah, it does have magic in it.
Well, we weren't trying to get rid of the magic, we were trying to remove the curse.
Did you do it? Did you remove the curse? Is that what happened?
Curse.
Yeah, I believe the curse is gone. Like, technically, all of the bugs did leave Arliss.
Yeah.
But he just kind of left with them.
Well, we have to go find him.
Yeah, I'm open to suggestions on how we find them.
You, Sarah, follow it. Go.
Sarah, like, you're looking for Alice, right?
Yeah. Can you see him?
Not right now.
Where'd he go?
Well, he was sitting on the chair, and there were bugs coming out of him, and then he became a bird and flew away. Yeah, is it normal for humans?
No, that's not normal.
Some humans.
No, that's not normal.
Well, he flew out of the window. The bird.
Do you know where the bird went?
No idea.
Can you tell me what the bird looked like?
It was a small bird.
What color was it? Oh wait, you were blind. I could see it.
Oh my god.
Yes.
So Arliss is a bird.
Well,
He
I guess
became a bird
that's
and
better,
flew away.
better than dead, I suppose.
Hey, Sarah, can you check the roof, please?
You're giving.
Okay. It flies out.
And this is where I introduce my new character.
Yeah, right.
So 30 seconds pass. He's not here.
Can you check any of the other buildings in the immediate area?
Okay. She flies
Thank
away.
you.
I think after a few minutes of enjoying the flight, I'd probably head back into the room.
Yeah, you just like sit in the room and like every like 30 seconds people hear in your head. He's not here. And not here either. How did he look like? What am I looking for? How am I gonna recognize
Little
him?
bird.
There are many birds. Alice?
Yeah.
Hey, are you the Alice bird? Are you an Alice bird? They're not responding. And you're just sitting there, like, people are like talking basically, not really talking to yourself, you're just like sitting there.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there because this is all telepathic.
Yeah, like
It's in
after
my head.
5 minutes, there's like a small swallow that
Your dick.
lands on the windowsill.
Hey, you, Sarah?
Yeah?
Come back.
Ah.
Drop it.
Yeah, you can come back now. It's fine.
Okay. Are we not looking for him anymore? Are we gonna find new friends?
No, he came back.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna keep this one for a little while.
Okay.
What just happened?
I thought those insects might make a delicious meal.
So, you turned yourself to a bird?
Yes.
And you ate all the bugs.
No, not all of them, just a few.
Well, my job is done here.
Thank you very much, Salan. That
Did-
was very helpful.
Happy to help.
Did they taste good?
Yes, they tasted very good.
It seems like the curse is still on him.
Bugs taste good to birds.
Yeah, I guess.
So
You still got that piece of green meat you picked up. How does that smell to you?
I think I've already eaten that actually. I was hungry and there's nothing else. So I'm pretty sure I've already eaten that.
Possibly, quite possibly.
That's already
I
gone.
so
But I'm gonna go downstairs and order something. Well, maybe I'll get to eat something delicious again.
No.
as he says he's gonna order something, Trigger's eyes open and he follows him close.
You're not
Right.
getting anything. You're not getting anything.
You go back down, you order your food, it tastes like normal food, you're prestidigitated, it tastes like amazing food. And everything seems back to normal. You take out your somewhere when you're alone, you take off your shirt, you check yourself out, your usual rather pale and not very muscular, but proper constitution. There doesn't seem to be any holes or insects in you. You like wash your hair, so nothing falls out of them, which is nice.
It is.
Which is not nice is for all of your travels this whole 4 days, I need all of you, like each of you, to pay 4 gold pieces.
To
So
what?
I don't have 4 gold, so
I think Trago's got all
Trago?
the money.
I think
I
this is
got
coming
all
out.
the golds.
Yeah,
This
so
is
you
coming
can-
out of our normal thing, right?
Sure.
group funds.
So the group
Yeah,
funds
group
20
funds.
gold.
So 4 coins for each,
20
Yeah.
gold.
and
20
we're
gold.
5, so 20 gold. Okay.
Excellent.
I like group funds. Let's keep the group funds.
I gotta really organize it because it's kind of a mess here.
And your backpack is getting kind of heavy with all the group funds.
It's
As you're counting the money, you're like, wow, I'm really glad those 2,500 gold were in platinum coins, not in gold coins. Like that was real nice.
Yeah, and not in copper.
Oh yeah. No, that's like first edition kind of fun. Like, guys, you just killed an ancient dragon. You're searching his hoard. Congratulations, you find 100,000 gold pieces in copper.
good luck carrying it.
Good luck carrying it all back or using the proper what's the name? Encumbrance rules. Your accomplices were eaten by the dragon. Your cart was destroyed. Let's spend a session doing that. No. So yeah, and then you spend your last day of travel reaching Kreuzung, and spend one last night in an inn very close. You like basically could see in the evening before staying for the night the city on the horizon. So you spent the last night at that inn. You eat, you do whatever you want. It all tastes nice. And by the way, Aris, you're still attuned to the stuff.
What?
You're never unattuned from it. You never said you're unattuned.
You're screwed! You're screwed!
And you never tried to unattune from it.
I thought it disconnects automatically with removing
No,
curse.
it didn't.
No, it says it does.
It does say that in the spell description, I think.
Does it?
It says to
Yeah.
automatic. Because I cast it on the staff and on Arlis.
The spell
it's
breaks
cur-
its owner.
Its curse
attunement to
remains,
the
but the
object.
spell breaks its owner's attunement to the object. Yeah.
Alright, sure. Then you're not attuned anymore. What did you do with the stuff in that case?
I'm still carrying it.
Alright, sure.
Actually, no. I think I'm gonna give it to Melora to carry it.
Wow.
No.
What a gentleman.
It was meant as a good
Give her-
gesture, you fucks.
Yeah.
How is that meant? Here's an
Here's a
evil
good gesture.
cursed
Have
staff.
some flies. Yeah.
Sure.
He was a
I'll
joke,
carry it, fuck you,
but
go
he
fuck
meant
yourself,
better.
I'll carry it.
Um,
Okay.
Carrying it.
The thing that
I'm not reattuning, but I'm carrying it.
Alright.
the thing that's that's even more surprising is just Millar. Yeah, sure, I'll take it.
I was
God.
getting ready to ask, do I have to attune to it if I take it?
No.
Okay, so before we make it to Kreuzung, I'll have to pop off in like 30 minutes ish.
Okay.
Just so anytime
Right.
soon.
In that case, I'm gonna take a super short 1-minute break right now, and we will arrive at Kreuzung.
Cool.
Some clerics do.
Oh, okay.
Tempest clerics.
Yeah.
Clerics usually don't have shatter, but clerics can carry around the heavy maul and shatter things with it.
It's a magic item.
Oh, you think about how to destroy it?
No. So
Oh, I was-
Aldana is
The
thinking
staff cannot be
destroy it.
destroyed.
Let's take you to the
He
fire,
cast into
fires
the
of the
mountain
mountain. Yes.
My first plan was actually conjure a spiritual weapon and just beat the shit out of it with a hammer. That was my first plan.
Alright. Anyhow, this morning you are rested and have everything back. If you want to change your spell list back, you can do that. And you, ladies and gentlemen,
Sorry, didn't mean to cast that. I'm trying to fix something.
suddenly blinded. No. You join your escort and you travel the last 10-15 kilometers towards Kreuzung. As you are approaching the city, and I believe most of you, the Lord have never seen this city, some has never seen this city. Pip and Dragon may have traveled once somewhere like past it, but never really stayed inside. You see that, okay, this is a city. You see, as you turn closer and closer, there are these big roads converging towards the city, and they have been, even your road has been pretty damn busy for the last couple of days. There are big cars and caravans and sometimes carriages and just people traveling to and away from the city. As you come closer, you see farmlands, you see separated cottages, and as you're getting closer to the city, they form into streets. Sometimes small, sometimes rather big buildings, and then you approach the proper city walls. And as you're getting closer to the walls, the buildings become bigger, more stony. Well, more parts of the building are built of stone, yeah, like that. Until you finally arrive towards the southern gates of Kreuzung. Big gates that have multiple carts constantly riding in and out of them, and you see guards staying at the gate, checking those carts and talking to its owners, like checking some documents and passing them around and then waving them past. People are just traveling in and out of the city, and that's when Andric kind of like slows down to catch up with you, or for you to catch up with him.
Before he gets that
yeah.
chance, can I?
Sure.
So, welcome to my illustrious home. Wait, and at this Here is
Where?
still nothing. Wait until you see the cities, until you see the inner part, until
Wait,
you see the
this-
temples.
Where
This
are
is
we?
your- Oh, that makes sense now.
So
Our
that's
little
why you
Kreuzung.
always say
Ah.
Kreuzung. Oh, that
You know,
makes so much
so
more
far I
sense.
was under the impression I was traveling with some fairly clever people, but I'm gonna be changing my opinion on that part a little bit.
See,
Yes,
he
welcome
says
to
he
Kreuzung.
says he's of Kreuzung because he lives here. Makes so
I'm
much
from
sense.
here, and I used to live here.
Well,
Anyway.
did you leave it?
Let me show you around, and then I think when he sort of falls back to, or catches up with us, either way.
Andrew kind of falls back to you and goes, well, we're kind of here, so welcome to Kreuzung. Oh,
It's great to be home.
so, our orders are to return to the headquarters and report with the following findings. I expect our higher-ups will be passing them on to whoever needs to read them, perhaps even to His Majesty himself. And I guess this is where we say goodbye.
Cool. Well, thanks for journeying with us.
It was a pleasure.
I'm
Enjoy
sorry
the city.
for his smell and stuff. But
What?
what can you do? Well, yeah, you smelled for the last
Um,
3 or 4 days.
Lies.
do not understand what you're talking about, but
Yes.
you need to go. The duty
Sure.
calls. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Wait.
Take care.
1 second. Will you be staying in Kreuzung for a few days, or are you heading back immediately after?
We are staying until we're given further orders.
Perfect. If you want, I can show you the best restaurants, entertainment businesses, and other things, if you like.
Entertainment.
Thank you for the offer, but we will be working.
You poor souls. Best of luck.
I'm totally.
I want to be with you.
And best luck to you.
Next time I'm in Switzerland, I'm totally going to visit Selim and let him show the place.
I can
Show
show you a
the
picture.
entertainment businesses.
Well, next time you're in Switzerland, you will need to visit. We will have to visit his place, and it's not the most fun place in Switzerland, I believe.
What? It's like the prettiest city. Please, guys.
All right. So, the city opens in front of you, and as you pass through the gate, and there was like this moment when the guards were going to stop you, but that's when Andrew kind of like waves you by, like they're with us, like shows whatever, like orders, papers, and you travel into the city proper. Inside the walls, the image is completely different compared to outside. The roads are all I expect someone to understand what I'm going to say, but I need to check out how to say it.
Well maintained.
Yes. Not that. Are all paved with stones, and the buildings are not all built of stone, but usually have a stone foundation, or even first floor is built of stone, while the upper floors are built of, depending on the building. Most buildings are at least 2-story high, many of them having first story as like a storefront or an inn, a restaurant, while people maybe live on the second story or higher. This is also the first time when you see a building that has more than 2 stories. As you're traveling down the road, there are buildings with 3 stories, sometimes even 4, which for some of you is pretty damn impressive. You peep and you drag, you look around like, huh, these buildings are kind of small. To be fair, they're not small, they're like much wider than the ones you're used to in Nebo, but yeah, Nebo usually has like 5-6 story buildings on average. This is like 3-story, 2-story on average. But it is a beautiful city, and it has its greenery as you're passing past like small squares and even like parks of various size. There are greenery on the streets, and some of the storefronts, especially like on the second floor, have this English is hard. Like flower beds hanging outside of the second-story window. There are people everywhere rushing in every direction on the sides of the streets, carriages going back and forth. Oh, by the way, you will forced to return your horses. Those were not a gift. Not a gift. Not a gift.
Not a GIF.
Not a gift, no. But yeah, the whole city is open to you. You're welcome to do whatever you want.
So, do we want to tend to the staff matters first, or do we go straight ahead to the king?
Probably staff.
First, I think we need to find the best inn in town. Right.
Well, okay, so I want to do something. Since this is a big town, I'm gonna try and find a Raven Queen temple.
Would I know where to point him?
You
Watch
know,
my ask Ardis.
you know
quicker.
every single temple that exists in this city. There are 5 temples. Temple of Shantae, goddess of agriculture, which is pretty big in Aldana, especially in Ackerland. There is a temple of Helm, god of protection. There is a temple of Lyra, goddess of joy. There is a temple of Milil, god of poetry and song, which is also quite big because Kreuzung has a big minstrel college in the city. I'm lying, there's 6 temples, sorry. There's also a relatively big temple of Timora, goddess of good fortune. And there is a temple of Wokin, goddess of trade and knowledge.
I'm just gonna ask because I have Lathander on my list as one of the temples.
That is old information.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's been a few years, so maybe it's old information.
Yeah, I didn't think there would be one, but thought I'd try anyways.
Yes. You can always accompany me to the Temple of Timora if you'd like. Have a look around. It's very pretty.
Pose. No temples, or a
Interesting.
temple's better than no temple.
What was that, Trego?
No, I was just contemplating. You guys have other people that believe in your deity, and you've probably met them. I've never met anyone else who serves or worships the great oak.
Well, the elk does.
Just a thought.
How very unfortunate for you to not have the possibility to discourse with people of similar faith.
Well, as long as we're spreading the light and doing good, everyone's more or less following the same guidelines.
Oh, if you say so.
So, could we go to Timora?
Do you want to have a look? Do you want to visit the temple first, or do we want to set our backpacks down in an inn and then we can go around in the city? Your choice.
Yeah, that seems
There are
convenient.
so many things to see. You wouldn't believe.
Also, Melora, who do you worship, if at all?
Wow, that's very rude. You can't just ask someone.
You can't just ask a lady who she worships.
Oh my god!
That's a lie, because if I would ask Arliss that, he would jump on this.
Yeah.
A lady.
Exactly.
I think I have it written down somewhere. Give me 1 second.
Melora worships
Make
Melora.
it the great oak. Make it the great oak.
Yes.
No, I think it's Miliki.
Miliki. What's that?
All I know it's the unicorn god. One that looks like a unicorn.
So Google D&D unicorn god.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah.
Miliki is a very
You jest, but
famous god.
Nothing. If I
Okay.
remember reading right, Miliki's the god of nature.
Yes.
I have it open now.
Oh, I think a lot of elves that used to live back in the Feywild used to worship her too.
Awesome dryads, forest creatures, forests, rangers.
My teacher worshipped her. It just made sense to follow.
Our Lady of the Forest Queen.
Stop
Some
metagaming.
Ranger.
Every
I'm
word
talking-
you utter hurts.
So,
Everywhere.
yeah, you basically stand in the street, like mouse agape, not knowing where to go, as somebody like slams into someone like, stop standing in the middle of the street.
Watch yourself.
You watch yourself.
York.
Like just like this man like puts the sack back on his shoulder, like flips you off and walks away.
This is a typical greeting in Kreuzung. Don't worry about it.
How lovely.
I don't like this place.
It's fun here. I can promise you that. Okay, I'm gonna be looking
So
for
lead us to
inn.
the best
that you-
tavern inn you know.
I'm not going for the most expensive one. I think that was.
So,
Or-
No,
you
but
ha-
a comfortable one.
Alice, you haven't been in Kreuzung for 5 years, right?
I know. It's not been 5. It's been 2
Okay, 2.
and a
Two's
half
better.
or so, or 3
and
maybe
a half.
right now, but 2.5.
So, basically, from your knowledge, I can offer you like tavern inn slash restaurant of 3 categories: low, medium, and high. Low will cost you about 1 silver piece per day. Medium level will cost you like 5 to 1 gold piece. Real good ones that you have never visited before would cost you from 2 to 4 gold pieces
Oh, only I thought it would be much more
per
expensive.
day.
Actually,
Per
in
person.
that case, huh? Yeah, that's clear. I'm not sure how he would decide. I think I'm just gonna be looking for the nicest medium one that he remembers.
Alright. From the ones you remember, there are 3 that you remember. One wouldn't really fit you guys. You kind of hanging around the back of it because there was usually like stuff that you could use, or people working out that would throw you a coin. That one is called Rock Bottom. It's a dwarvish tavern. Aside from that, the good ones are the Fiery Stool. It is famous for the southern style curry it serves. Very spicy. And there is just the general tavern inn called Good Night's Rest.
Yeah, we're definitely going to the spicy place.
Knowing me, it's spelled like that.
We're going for some delicious spicy food.
Very
That's what
well.
we're doing.
Let's do it.
Yeah, you lead them towards the more common side of the town, towards the working places, like where the workshops, the guilds are located. And very soon the streets become narrower as the tops of the buildings kind of like start getting closer, so that you could, in theory, maybe even like jump from one story of the building to the other one on the other side of the street. And but the streets somehow become even more busier as people are rushing around. Some of them like carrying supplies or toolboxes, or delivering goods on small carts pulled by donkeys, and everybody's shouting at each other always. They're like crisscrossed clothes line hanging above with drying clothes that sometimes drip on you, and a couple times you actually have to dodge out of the way as somebody empties a spot from the second story of the house onto the street. But after 15-20 minutes of traveling, Arles leads you towards a relatively unembellished establishment that has very delicious heavy smell coming from an open door, and the sign is just like a stool on fire. And there are like a couple people sitting on the bench outside, but you're welcome to go in.
The best spicy food from down south. Believe me, it's amazing. And
Down size.
yes,
Interesting.
What's the place called? Spicy Stew?
the fiery stool.
The Fire
right.
Stew.
I'm asking out of character, right?
Yes.
Okay, I was correct. Good. Yeah, sure. I'm just gonna walk on in and get us some rooms. Or no, I'm not. I'm dragging Trego with the money along is what I'm doing. To get some rooms.
You walk inside, and
What am I, an ATM?
Yes.
air inside is like heavy with smells and hot, as you see quite a few people like sitting around gulping down food. For it is currently about like 11, 12. Well, getting close to noon. Like people are coming in from work, ordering some food, sitting down, and nobody's staying for long. And everybody's just like eating from these big wooden bowls with wooden how do you call it? Kitchen utensils that you eat rice with, or soup?
Spoon.
Spoons. Thank you.
Ladle.
I
Chopsticks?
completely
I was thinking
Fizzled
about
out.
chopsticks as well because I thought spoons
no,
were
no,
obvious.
no,
You
no.
said
Not,
rice, yeah.
not in our world.
Wooden spoons.
And there's invariably in the middle of the table there's like a flagon, a clay flagon of some liquid. Most of you not sure what it's filled with. I honestly know it's filled with milk.
Sure.
And
Lesson
there are waitresses like running around with trays full of full or empty bowls. And you see it's not a bar, there's no bar per se, but there's like a counter where two men are like constantly like rushing, passing trays to the waitresses and taking trays away and going somewhere into like the kitchen area of the building.
Yeah.
Seems
Isn't-
like a nice place. It's been a while since we've actually slept well and
Yeah,
ate
we
well.
might.
Well,
Well,
missed it.
I miss cities.
we can always have some food first. You can give it a try. It's a little, might be a little spicy for some people who aren't used to it, but other than that, it's very delicious. And then we can take a room and go looking through the city afterwards. I think we should talk about whatever we all want to do in here anyway.
Sure, get some food.
We have quite a few things to do.
So how about we all order the spiciest one they have?
Oh yes,
Sure.
please.
Let's do it.
Alright. So yeah, you walk up to the counter, like the man there in like apron and some clothes tied to hold his hair in place. Like, okay, next. And there's just like a tablet on the counter that has basically the description of like curry with rice, double curry with rice, like extra spicy, like curry and vegetables, curry and like cheese, like all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, I'm just ordering the same thing 5 times with extra spicy, like curry with vegetables and extra spicy, and that's what I'm ordering.
he like pauses
Yeah,
for a
look at the
moment.
table.
He like pauses for a moment. You sure, kid?
I need to show these people your lovely restaurant, your lovely inn, and I want to treat them.
They're
Right?
not from here.
They're not from here.
Right. Coming right up.
I'm just giving him a wink.
Yeah, he like has this giant grin on his mouth, and he's like, "Heard that they're not from out of here." And like, he walks back and like shouts your order into the window, and like, just pick a table. Couple minutes, the girls will bring you the food.
Thank you
Enjoy.
very much. I'm just gonna look for a table for us for 5.
Obviously, you have to
So-
pay first. Sorry, it's this kind of diner.
Hey, Trego, get out the money.
So there's 5 of you. Did you take the like 1 portion per person or more than that?
Yeah, one person,
Right.
portion per person.
So that's 15 silver pieces. For all of you.
15
All of you.
silver.
So
Okay.
gold in the half.
Altogether is 15.
And did any of the food? in the
So
menu look
that's what, a gold and a
familiar?
half, right?
Yes, that's
Yes.
a gold and a half.
What did you ask?
say, Mark?
And did any of the food on the menu look familiar to me because it's from the south?
It's not your side of south.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, another thing I forgot to mention, like, you've been in Fandolin, which as a small village is pretty diverse. In Ironforge, you've mostly seen dwarves, gnomes, halflings. As you walked into this city, like 8 people out of 10 you'd see would be humans. You also have seen some half-elves. Very rarely you would have seen someone who looks like an elf. You're not sure. Most likely high elves, since wood elves usually don't leave their place. You would have seen some dwarves, some gnomes, some halflings. You would have even seen an occasional half-orc. Yeah. And that's it.
Food.
Yeah, you brought your food on these like steamy plates, bowls, and actually like they're bowls of rice and like separate bowl with curry itself, and it looks red. It smells hot. It looks hot, and like the waitress that brings the food over, she places a second jug of milk onto the table and just goes, "Enjoy."
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I pour everyone a glass of milk before we eat.
What kind of saving throw is this gonna be?
This
Taste
is
buds.
gonna be still Constitution, but with
Okay.
disadvantage for everybody.
Oh shit.
Even if we only take a small bite, like not an actual mouthful.
If you take a small bite, like on the tip of the spoon, you can have without disadvantage. Sure.
No,
That's what I'm doing.
Take a
Fuck
big
it,
bite.
guys. Fuck it.
Full bite. Full
Oh
bite.
my god, no, no.
I own this
shit.
city, guys. Oh, perfect.
Fuck me.
Alright. Okay, so I'm gonna describe one after another. Salon, you take a bite. Oh, you eat it like a man, like your cheeks flush a little bit, but wow, this is some spicy stuff as you start eating. Alice, you've missed this taste. This is amazing. You watch Alice just nom, munch the whole plate with spice and add some more curry on top of his rice and eat some of that. He just doesn't even get red. Peep, you take it into your mouth and you're and go for the milk immediately. Melora, you take a tiny bite and you're okay, it's good I took this tiny bite, my mouth hurts, I'm gonna drink this milk. You're not sure if you will be able to properly eat a big bite. Strega, you've tasted all kinds of food in Nebo, but this is not what you're used to, as you just put a spoon to your mouth, chew, then just go for the jug of milk and juk.
I think Alice, while he's stuffing his face, he's laughing out loud. Everyone
Yeah.
else.
Hey, yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yes,
That was-
it is very tasty.
Spicy, but
This
it's not too
stuff
much.
here.
You get used to it. It's
I'm just
great.
chugging milk. I'm just chugging it.
It's an acquired taste.
After I drink the milk a bit, and then I this dish. Kind of take a moment to dramatically pause, and this dish is amazing, and I take a big bite out of it.
And drink the rest of the milk after.
Damn it.
And even if I cry and hiccup and cough, I keep chugging it.
And this is how our paladin died.
Choking on curry.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Do we wanna? Because I think Mark needs to go.
No, I've got another 25 minutes actually.
Yay! that case, let's see what more random stuff I can crack out of my head.
I think
Alright.
now we're gonna be discussing what we want to do anyway. What everyone has on the list for stuff in Kreuzung.
Yeah.
Well, I look into my bag. We do have a few gems to sell. We also have, let's see here.
Isn't it,
Oh, we have an
isn't-
unidentified potion.
isn't it better to
But
keep,
other than that, that's it.
isn't it better to keep
What,
those
keep the gems?
the currency in gem form? It's easier to carry, and we can still sell it later. I don't see the point of. I'd actually rather convert currency into gems than sell gems.
But
And
then,
you don't have to carry as heavy, Trego.
but then gems value kind of changes mattering on where you are, whereas coins are pretty much the same value in every time.
Sure, but that's a minor price to pay.
Wait, do... Oh, well, I don't know if I know this in character, maybe.
Hmm?
Would Trega know about Bag of Holding?
Would I?
Would any of us?
We can't afford it, guys.
Because I was about to offer it, but then, like, Trego, I don't know if you would know about this.
I'd say people would have read about that stuff. I'm gonna say, Trigger, you would know because in certain cases it can be part of as original equipment. It's not something you were given, but it was used. And plus Neb has quite a lot of like enchanters and wizards. Salan,
Yeah, so I'll ask it in the most...
no. Milora,
weird way.
no. Arles,
Definitely no.
most likely no, yeah.
Is there a place here that sells maybe magical traveling items?
Would I know where wizards live, or
Oh, yeah.
something like if something? I actually have no idea out of character what how high magic Kreuzung is compared to
Kreuzung has some places that deal with magic. Some shops that just like basically sell magical items. Some places that sell like create like spell scrolls, that kind of like written type of magic enchantments. But there are also places that sell potions, herbs, that kind of stuff. There's not like a lot of them, but you can name a couple of them out of your head and hope that they're still in business.
So the last time I've been here, it was like 2 years ago, but I don't think that kind of business always runs well, right? So I think I can show you around to a few places. I want to visit one of them anyway. I need to, because we need to find a wizard to identify that potion, and I would also like for a wizard to have a look at the staff.
Calling to your temple, see if they know anything about the staff.
Yes, sure. I am definitely visiting my temple and temple of.
Maybe we could pop into like an armorer as well, maybe.
Yeah, those are plenty to be found here in the city. That's not an issue.
Cool.
What about you
If
girls? What do you want to do?
Well, if possible, I want to see if I can find a place that could get a message to my parents from here.
I think it'll be best if we just travel all together. Otherwise, one of or multiple of you might get lost here in the city, and
robbed.
I can,
Or robbed.
or rob. I can show you around. Take us all to all the places we want to visit. We'll just have to travel as a group. It'll slow us down a bit, but it's not like we're in all too much of a hurry. We can take a day or two here, right? We probably need to wait from word from up top anyway. Should probably also try and introduce ourselves with that letter Claude gave you. But I think we take care of the other small stuff first, and then have a visit. Or try at least. I
I've
guess.
never dealt with nobility, but do we need to be representable?
Yes.
Like that.
Buy fancy clothes and such?
Yes.
I don't have any of those.
Yeah, I can show you.
Me neither.
We can go buy stuff. That's not that hard. But I do have to warn you. I think we'll be. Our coffers will be a slight bit emptier after this small city tour. And you need to have a close watch on your backpack, Trego. There are quite a few underage delinquents around who might steal from you. Just saying.
When you say that, Trego's eyes kind of go a bit dark, and he just nods in agreement.
Yeah, pesky crits.
I'd
what
love to
about
see
you,
the
Pip?
library. I'd love to see
Oh,
the
yeah.
library.
There's a
Yeah,
library?
sure. Of course.
Oh, cool.
I think we'll be maybe doing that last, so you can spend a few hours there in the evening.
I'd appreciate it.
Yeah.
Plus, any magic shops, that could just be fun.
Yeah, for certain. Yeah, I just think we should, out of character, I think we should just compile a list of all the stuff we want to do.
Yeah.
And then we slowly work our way through it next session, because I don't think it's really
Okay,
worth
man.
it to fucking start something now. And we're
You can visit a couple places if you don't mind, if you want.
we only have
Well,
like 15 minutes.
but
Oh.
an armor would be pretty quick.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
Good
So-
twist. How much is that? I know it's too much. Okay, bye.
Yeah, sure, we can have a look by the... Trego, do we want to get our rooms here first? And then you can also eat this spicy food in the morning. It's a great way to wake up, actually.
Yeah, let's get us some rooms.
Okay.
Is that a good order for sending a letter? Because that's probably the most urgent thing to do. Then an armor,
Sure, that sounds good.
black. Okay.
Oh, true, yeah.
So yeah, so I'll go and get us some rooms. How much for, say, a week?
Okay, let's see. In this place, a week for one person would be, let's see, 3.5 gold pieces, one person. So for
That's-
all of you, a week is 17.5 gold.
17.5. Okay.
And that's only sleeping.
yeah,
There's no
That's
food in
not
it.
including food.
That's
If you
not-
want to
how
pay
much
for
is
the food right away, for the food, let's see.
Is a week good, or is it too long?
No, we
Uh,
should.
guys,
Worst case, we lose a little bit of gold. It's better to just... I like it this way.
A week with stay and food is 28 gold for all of you.
Okay, cool.
Good. I like the round number. So 28 gold. That's great.
We still have like 2,500, almost 3k, right? So.
Quick calculation: 160 minus 28 is 140.
No.
132.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Sure. And then I think after we've ordered our rooms, set some stuff down, locked our stuff in, and I because Als is very wary of this kind of thing, he'll definitely be mentioning, don't leave anything all too valuable back, just whatever you don't want to carry. And we can obviously lock the rooms, but let's just say the city has a pleasant underbelly, so...
Can I make a request
What do you
then?
mean by that?
what's your request?
Can the first place we go is to find a pair of gloves? I would love some gloves.
It's a strange request to make.
I think can't we group that in with when we're going to buy some clothes for everyone, so we look presentable? Does it have to be the first thing?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
The whole time we're in the city, my arms are folded into my robes, concealing my hands.
Can I roll a perception check?
I mean,
I was thinking about what the fuck.
Yeah, that's pretty odd.
Alright.
Well, I don't think ours would notice, unfortunately.
Okay. So, after all, which place is first place?
Armor and blacksmith.
With the ladder's going first, isn't it?
What?
Ladder, armor.
Oh yeah,
magic.
letter. You're right, letter.
Alright.
We're looking for a post office kind of.
So
thing.
yeah, a question. There are basically two options for you to do this. Either you find a post office and send an actual letter that will travel for a couple of weeks, and then a couple of weeks for response. Or if you can afford it, and it will not be cheap, you could in theory go to a wizard and try to have him find your family and send them a message. But it will be quite possibly out of your
Actually,
budget.
yeah, that is a good question. Do they have, like, because I saw it mentioned in a different, in one of the Faerun older editions, do they have essentially a guild where you could go to them and say what you want them to send? They send a message to that city, and then whoever's in that city then delivers the note to the parent or nearby.
It's possible. It's possible. You could easily send a message from Kreuzung to Ackerland and say so that people in Ackerland write it onto a letter and send a letter from Ackerland, which will save you, like, I'm gonna say, a week of travel time.
And then you wouldn't have to spend money to have them do a scry spell to find the parents.
Yes,
that's
yeah.
what they have
Basically,
as well.
scrying is the expensive part,
Yeah,
like the super expensive part.
yeah.
Sending a message will cost you, like, depending on where you go, like from 50 to 100 gold, which is still
Juice.
too much for a normal person. But I mean, you're not normal people.
Yeah, but I think I only got like 17 gold, so I can't do shit.
As
Oh,
for
it's
Group is loaded though.
yeah,
Yeah.
as for if somebody like even knows like a place, like a big village next to where Milora used to live, it will be up to luck. You never know. Like maybe a wizard knows somebody in there.
So I don't think I would even know about that kind of thing, like sending and scrying. So I'd probably take her to a post office, honestly, like, or the guild for this kind of
You
thing.
would know about the post office. About the scenic part, maybe people would know like that they have such stuff in Nebo.
Yeah, and I would suggest that. I was also asking because it was part of the Dragon Mark thing that they released in Unearthed Arcana. I was thinking of, well, they don't allow for cross-classing, but yeah, because they have, part of the Dragon Mark is that specific guild.
Okay,
But I would, yeah, I
so-
would mention the sending to Arliz and suggest it.
So we want to group that in with a wizard? The thing I don't know about how it is where you are from, but the most expensive shops in town are always those kinds of shops. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, magic is usually expensive.
What do you
Yeah.
think, Melora? Do you want the post office, or do you want to try and look for a wizard first, see maybe what he would charge, and then decide after?
Let's see what the wizard does. Maybe he might be willing to help for a decent price.
Yes, that's the important part. Willing to help, that loan probably won't get you very far with a wizard. Sure, so I'm gonna, in that case, since the sending letter is the most important, we're heading to a magic shop first. Hype?
Sure.
Okay, I'm actually gonna head now. Okay.
Oh.
So I will see you guys next week.
Can we cut?
See ya.
I would like for him to be there.
Sure, let's cut. Let's cut. No problem.
Okay, guys.
Okay, well, in that case,
Bye, Mark.
on
Okay,
the search
guys.
the magical
Good
shop.
one.
Bye-bye. Sorry, Don.
Yeah, on the search the magical shop, we cut our current game to be started in a week, and I hope everyone's gonna be around.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing a shopping episode. Hype.
Yeah, next session I'll be a year older. Yay!
I hate coming up
Oh,
with
really?
names
Your
for
birthday?
Sonic episodes.